Hello, Toros fans, and welcome to the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show. I'm Presley Davis with Ken Oda, and we are coming at you live from Mason City, Iowa for the final time this season. Now, Ken, last night the Toros dropped game 1 4-3. What were your takeaways from that game?
It was a really tough game for the Toros, not just because you took a 2-goal lead, but you lost Michael Solominski on the first shift of the game on a night that Cody, you can't possibly know that injury is coming. He only dressed 6 instead of 7 defensemen, instead dressed an extra forward. That left the Toros with just 5 defensemen for basically 59 minutes of that contest. And really, when that shows up is in the second period, the period of the long change, where those defensemen who are already playing more than they're used to are stuck out on the ice for a long change. Toros give up 3 goals in the second, and that's the difference.
Yes, well, let's take a look back into last night's action. Ivan Sidorov got a power play goal to put the Toros on the board first. You know, he's been doing really well on that power play. And then Luca Ori got a goal in the first as well, which Toros had full control in that first period, like you were saying.
Yeah, a really nice play on this 2-on-1. Luca gives it up early, pulls the defender across, and then a great play by Connaught to give it back to him. And Luca had half the net to shoot into, but then the third period rolled around and that did not go well, or second period I should say, did not go well for the Toros.
Yes, so Fuji Suzuki got a goal for the Bulls, and then Michael Malentino also got a goal, and then Suzuki got his second goal of the night, all in that second period. And I mean, that second period was totally just fully controlled by the Bulls, but not necessarily the end of the world for the Toros, but a lot to come back to. And then that third period gave the Bulls a 4-2 lead. Was Dennis Hodas with a power play goal there. But then Mac Morelli, and I know you mentioned Mason Morelli last night, and that kind of made me turn a little bit, but Mac Morelli got his second goal of the season and then put the Toros within 1, but no one else was able to do anything after that. So unfortunately, the Toros did drop last night, again 4-3. So tough game all around.
A weird night all around. Also, the goaltending change for North Iowa. Found out that Sachs, who was the starter last night, on a shot in the second period, a piece of ice came with the puck, and when he caught it, the ice went through the webbing of his glove into his eye. He actually ended up in the ER, so he's not available tonight. They've got an emergency backup, which means it will be Charlie Durkin in net, former Toro for a very short period of time. So he's playing his third NAHL game, and it's all 3 have been Toros versus North Iowa games. Just now he's on the other side of it.
Yes, and last night, whenever Durkin got put in, both goalies were making their debuts with their new team. So pretty exciting little goalie matchup there as well. But let's turn our attention to the Noodles numbers, brought to you by Noodles & Co. of Minot. Head-to-head, Minot is 1-3-1 against North Iowa. Goals game, it stayed the same last night, so they currently have 3 goals. North Iowa, 3.19. Again, goals against stayed the same, 3.94. So, you know, you're not going up, but you're also not going down, so that's kind of a positive to look at there. What did go up was the power play. It went up just a little bit for both teams. And then penalty kill went up just a little bit for the Toros, while North Iowa's ever so slightly went down. So you're kind of looking at those positives there.
Yeah, Toros special teams continues to be both good and bad, right? Toros averaging over a power play goal a game 4, but they're also giving up a power play goal against every night. So it's kind of a wash. If you can clean up that penalty kill, the strength of the power play will really play an advantage in the second half, but only if the Toros can clean up that kill.
All right, Toros fans, well, if you didn't win last night's game, you have another chance during tonight's game, so be sure to pull out your phones and open your Toros mobile app for your chance to win prizes throughout tonight's game. Our first one is going to be the 4 Bears Sportsbook over-unders. The first one is total Toros first period goals. That number is set at half. I'm going to take the over on this one. What about you, Ken?
Yeah, starts haven't really been an issue for the Toros of late, especially this newer group here, so I think the Toros will get going early as well.
All right, and then the next one is total Toros power play opportunities. That is set at 3.5. You know, I was going back and forth on this one, but I think I'm going to take the over tonight.
Yeah, Saturdays tend to get a little bit chippier, especially here in this building. Despite the distance between the two teams, we've seen a bit of a rivalry brewing, and past few years they haven't really been even close to each other in the standings. Now just 2 points apart. Wouldn't be surprised to see some frustration boil over.
Yes, and that brings us to our final one, total combined penalty minutes. That is set at 18.5. So I'm going to take the over on that one for tonight. What about you?
Yeah, I'm going over as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see a few more penalties tonight than we saw last night. That'll bring us to our McDonald's Toros trivia question and chance to win a free lunch from our friends at Dakota Drive McDonald's. Today's McDonald's Toros trivia question: who is the Toros' all-time leader with 21 career points against North Iowa? Was it John Small, Jack O'Hannison, Yoel Lettinen, or Trevor Stahowiak? Any guesses?
I'm going to say A, John Small.
John Small. Fans, you can get your guess in as well in the Toros Hockey mobile app under the interactive tab. A chance to win a free lunch from our friends at Dakota Drive McDonald's.
All right, well, now it is time to take a look at our home key group keys to the game to see how the Toros are going to be able to get through tonight's game and hopefully come out with a win tonight. Ken, what is your key to tonight's game?
Honestly, it's really, I don't think I've ever done this before on the pregame show, but I'm focusing on one player. It's Silence Suzuki. After having some big moments against the Toros last season, including a game-winning goal literally in the final second of a game, that was early January at the Mesa. He's been an absolute Toro killer this year. He's got 6 goals, 5 assists in the 5 games played. Bulls have scored 20 goals against the Toros this year. He's been in with the goal or the assist on 11 of those. So over half of their offense has come from Fuji Suzuki and his line mates. Toros need to find a way to silence him tonight if they want to get the win.
Yes. And then my home key group key to tonight's game is 60 minutes. The Toros had a really strong first period last night, so if they can play how they did for those first 20 minutes, they can get the split this weekend. There were scoring chances in the second and third period for the Toros. They weren't able to capitalize on them, and the biggest thing tonight for the Toros is to start off strong and stay composed late in the game. If they can do this, they'll be able to control the game rather than chase it like they did last night. All right, fans. Well, now it is time to take a look at our Minotauros Booster Club player to watch. For the second night in a row, I have selected Ivan Sidorov. He had another great game last night, 7 points in his last 3 games. And then when I was speaking with Mike Meredith, he said he's been emphasizing the front of the net and that he's been working really hard on taking away the goalie's eyes. He's shown success the past 2 weekends on the power play, and 3 of the 4 of his goals have come on that power play, so it's definitely going to be a guy to be watching, especially when the Toros go on that power play.
For sure, 6'3", 205 pounds, hard guy to move from the front of the net. We saw it in the preseason against Weiwei. We've seen it here the last few weeks as well. I was going to take Ty James, but assumed you would because you've got some Ty James content planned throughout the broadcast for his last game in his home state of Iowa. But the player I actually went with tonight was Riley Mullen. With Solo out tonight after getting hurt in last night's game, Mullen, who was just acquired via trade from Kenai, doesn't get the time to really step in or ease into his new role with his new team. He has to step in right away. With 138 games played in the NAHL, and having worn an A last year for Kenai on his jersey, he should be ready to step into that bigger role. Without Solo, a right-handed shot, both Mullen and Ty James, the other right-handed defenseman for the Toros, are going to have to step in and play a lot of minutes to fill the role that Michael Solominski played.
Yes, well, Toros fans, be sure to stay tuned. You know, we are going to talk about Ty James, speak with his mom during the game as well. But that's going to do it for the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show. We're going to send it out to a quick break. And when we get back, Ken Odo will be on the call for tonight's game.
Since 2003, the architects and engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
All right, Genty, time to learn the option play.
Come on, Coach. I know how to run the option.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Mix and match 3 apps with 3 sauces, like shrimp, boneless wings, onion rings with sweet chili, blue cheese, and marinara. Or wonton tacos, waffle fries, and riblets with honey mustard, ranch, and honey barbecue. Or brew pub pretzels, mozzarella sticks, and waffles.
Coach, how many combinations are there?
There's over 80,000.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Choose 3 apps and 3 sauces for $14.99. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
Is someone in your life using opioids? Know the signs of an overdose: limp body, slow breathing, or vomiting. Step 1 is to call 911 and give them naloxone. It will reverse an overdose, so it can be used even if you're unsure whether they're overdosing or not. Request a free 2-dose naloxone kit now at hhs.nd.gov/opioids.
A better smile isn't just about how you look, it's about how you feel. At Prestwich Orthodontics, we believe straight teeth lead to more than confidence. They lead to better health, higher quality of life, and a stronger you. From Invisalign to braces, our care is built around improving your life, not just your smile. Because when you feel good, you live better. Start your journey today at MyNotBraces.com.
Hi, I'd like to add my new motorcycle to my insurance policy, please.
Greetings. Is it a moped or unicycle?
No, it's a motorcycle.
Unicycling enhances core body strength.
No, it's a motorcycle. It has 2 wheels, a seat, handlebars.
Does it have rocket boosters?
Can I speak to a live agent?
Impossible. All agents have been neutralized.
At Farmers Union Insurance, technology is important, and so is finding the best options for our clients, person to person. Farmers Union Insurance. Local agents, more options, great rates.
At Northwest Tire, we're part of your community, and we want you to be part of our family. We're about more than tires. We're about superior customer service to keep your vehicles and equipment safely rolling down the road. If you'd like to join a company that truly cares for our customers and employees, come work with us and become part of our growing family. Apply at nwtire.com.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
Hey Minotauros fans, welcome to Caves, your home ice advantage for home technology, home convenience, and home entertainment. From game day on the big screens, to smart home upgrades, to keeping your house secure, plus car audio and a huge selection of game room gear and accessories, our team sets you up with a winning game plan. Stop by Caves in Minot or visit us at cavesnd.com. With Caves, you will always be in the game. Go Minotauros!
A better smile isn't just about how you look, it's about how you feel. At Prestwich Orthodontics, we believe straight teeth lead to more than confidence. They lead to better health, higher quality of life, and a stronger you. From Invisalign to braces, our care is built around improving your life, not just your smile. Because when you feel good, you live better. Start your journey today at MyNotBraces.com.
My family is what matters. Always has been. The family you choose. And the family you create. That's why I do it. Why I put on the uniform and serve. I do it to give them a future. Because no matter what I do, I always put my family first. So I can plan for their tomorrow by taking care of today.
A financial future worthy of your service.
Being Bison alumni, both Hunter and I know what's important.
Giving back to our community,
supporting others,
and always being someone you can depend on.
Like First Western always says,
you can bank on us.
People you know, teammates you trust.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Welcome into the Mason City Arena in Mason City, Iowa. As always, I am Ken Oda. We're just about ready to go. Toros and Bulls. Toros looking to avenge last night's loss in a building that historically had been pretty nice to the Toros. Toros were 14-4 all time here in Mason City before last night's game. Let's take a look at... Well, hold that. We will get to that. At the first whistle instead. Puck is down. We are underway. Toros in the traveling black kit. Black from head to toe, red shoulders and sides. Cream names and numbers for the men from the Magic City. They are working left to right on your computer screen or smart device, however you are tuned into the Minotauros network. But there's the first shot on Cookie. He knocks it away. Bulls find the rebound. It's Dietz up top. Dietz tries to pass it down in the corner, but it was tipped out front by Reen, who now has it on the near side. His feed for Foils was off the mark. It's picked up instead by Dietz at his own blue line. Ahead quickly to the near side, and Koroluk bobbles it out to neutral and then throws it to the front of the Toro bench. It'll be Vorobioff picking up there. Vorobioff makes a nice move to beat one man and then flips it deep into the offensive zone. Puck rolls to the near side. Vorobioff trying to free it up. Works it along the wall for Reen. Never got back to Ty James at the point, however, and the Bulls dump it into the Toro zone. Long shot from Rees goes wide. Rebound carries to the Toro bench. Dane Ramirez able to poke it out and then carry ahead. Flipping it deep into the far corner of the Bulls zone, then delivers a big hit on Rees behind the net. Bulls find a loose puck, however. Pops up in the air, bouncing around, eventually settled down. It's Ramirez. Ramirez, good stick check from behind, takes that away. I believe it was Tomzak. Now a long shot save made by Cook. Rebound to the near side. Toros hack it ahead, but not out. Kept by Micken at the line. Ty James carries ahead. Gains the red line. Flips it deep over Durkin's head to the far side corner. They'll battle all the way to the near. Nemenko, who was here as an AP player, but now officially rostered as of this weekend. Couldn't win that battle. Puck comes back to the near side. Nemenko looked to the middle of the ice. He wanted Wickland, but it didn't connect. Back to the Toro blue line. It'll be picked up there by Pikic. The newly visored player dumps it in. Far side. Sidorov has trouble. Help comes, though, in the form of Luca Ori. Ori down the far wall, trying to get to the front of the net. He's forced in behind the cage. Ori does a lap around the zone. They give him the top of the zone. Now a long shot that hits a leg and caroms to the near dot. Kept there. Mullen dumps it down low. Cannot. Didn't react fast enough. Ori's bumped down and the puck is sent down the ice. It'll go for, no, they wave off icing for reasons. This is Schwarz on the far side. He's bumped along the hash mark. Sidorov hits the ice. Toros find it and flip into their own bench for our first whistle of the evening. It comes 2 minutes and 51 seconds into the contest. Take a look at the Toros' starting lines. Brought to you by our friends at SRT. Draw will be to the left of Cookie. Rolled to the near side. Schwarz couldn't find it. Puck squirts down below the goal line. Mullen moves it to the far side. Morelli working there. Eventually picked up by Habla. Habla out to neutral. Tries to dump it in. Gets his stick tied up. Eventually, Bulls take it away. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Far side, it's Osborne. Leaves off. Now return feed. Shot goes wide. And then it's poked to the far wall by Spadaro. Spadaro finds it there. Gets met and the puck taken away. Osborne on the far side. Stepped into. Habla frees it up. Habla lost it to Hodis. Hodis has the puck taken away by Owen Dawson. Hodis pursuing. Thrown ahead. Through the Bulls change, so no icing. And comes to the side of the net where it's picked up by Rees. He'll leave off far side. They've got Bersic behind the defense. Didn't see him. Instead, it's Hodis on the near side. Ty James sweeps it off his stick, and now they go after the corner. Ty James is lost his stick. Meanwhile, and they're going to call a penalty on it. It's a hold. And the Toros will go to the Papa John's PK with 953 seconds left here in period number 1. Several fans checking in on socials. We've got Tanya Shaw Canarose in Richardton. The Smith Manic crew cheering from home. Grace Sandy's in her dorm. Braden Tews is in Dickinson. Don Jacqueline is in Beloit, Wisconsin. We'll get to more as we go. Long shot. That's blocked out front by Dawson. Toros could go if they want. Instead, Owen Dawson throws it out of play and brings the draw all the way back down in their zone. Toros could have had a 3-on-2. Instead, Dawson tried to fire at the length, and he had so much juice on it, it went over the tall glass behind Durkin's head. An unforced error there, so the Toros have a defensive zone draw. Still a minute 50 on the Papa John's PK. Bulls win the draw, but it takes Dietz out to neutral. Ramirez chops that out of midair. Can he settle it down? He can't. Otherwise, Toros may have been able to turn it into a chance. Instead, it's 3-on-2 the other way. Koroluk shot, blockered away by Cookie, and the rebound carries all the way down the ice. There was room over Cook's shoulder. He was able to get that blocker up and get just enough. You could see how hard that shot was, that the rebound went off the blocker and then all the way down to the other end of the ice. Meanwhile, Bulls offside entering the zone, so we get another face-off, this time in neutral with the minute 23 on the Papa John's PK. The Bulls are out shooting the Toros 3-0. We still await the game's first goal. This is Foyles and Hodis right down in front of us. We've got Lucas Smeestead in the Magic City, Charles Wilburn in Minot on NATV. The Spielvogels are in New Hampshire, and the Neubauers are aboard as well. Dig on the near side. Bulls forced back. Hodis hands off. Davis tries the far side, and they're into the zone. Jax Warren's pressure forces the Bulls to dump it down low. Spadaro working against a pair of Bulls. Eventually they win the scrum, and it's back to the point in Davis. Davis to the half wall. Osborne leaves off the goal line. They'll work a cycle on the near side. Up top for Davis. Davis tries the far side now. Cross for Bersic. His one-timer shanked off the glass. Hodis finds it on the far side. Across for Bersic, and Cookie gets across. Toros find the rebound, and a failed clear by Warren means they still have to work. 40 seconds left on the Papa John's PK. Dropped to Osborne. Osborne will carry it back to the hash marks along the wall. They'll work a cycle on the far side now. It's down for Hodis. Hodis to the middle. Osborne tries to dance in, gets stripped down. Toros maybe catch a break. Up top for Davis. He mishandles. Pressure from Foyles. He plays down the wall for Bersic. Foyles pokes it free. Spadaro can't gather and go. Foyles couldn't get free of Bersic, and the Bulls still control. Toros pressuring there. Now Foyles finds it and wires it all the way down the ice. Just 5 ticks to talk on the Papa John's PK until the Toros get Ty James back. A good strong kill, missing one of the Toros' main penalty kill defensemen. This is Dawson. Hands off to Habla, who dumps it in, and it's gloved and held by Durkin for a whistle. 13:43 left to play in period number 1. Still no score. Take a look at the Toros starting goaltender tonight. St. Louis native Brian Cook. A 3.070 goals against average, a 907 save percentage, and a record of 8-5-1. He's won 5 of his last 6 starts, I believe. Draw is to the right of Durkin, who picked up his first NA win last night. Down low, it's Habla. Banks back to the point. Mullen, good keep there. Gets around Higley, walks in, wires. It's blocked. It comes back to him. He tries to hand to Dawson. Dawson rings it down low. Gem to the far side. Mullen will pinch down and keep it. Mullen throws the middle. He wanted Nichols. It didn't connect. Habla poking at it. Rees behind his net. Morelli up on the pressure. Far side, a good read by Mullen. He keeps that in the zone and then banks it down the boards. Morelli trying to reach it. Habla's there as well. Nichols just sweeps it behind the net. Toros need a change. It'll be Morelli and Mullen who go to the bench. The other Toros stay in the zone. Far side. Good keep for a moment. Instead it comes back to Dawson. He dumps it right back in, but it's onto the tape of a Bull. And they'll attack on the near side. Tipped into the zone by Coughlin. Ty James will retreat and retrieve. James behind the Toro net. Comes out to the near side. His bank pass intended for Wicklund doesn't connect. Support came from Nemenko. Into the zone, but kicked right back out. Ty James has the hold. It'll play across for Schwarz. Schwarz fires one in. That's put to the corner by Durkin. Bulls trying to work out of their zone from there. It's poked back behind their net. Dietz. Carries ahead on the near side. The defenseman hands to Fuji Suzuki on that near side wall. He'll roll it to the far side. Ramirez is there for the Toros. Ramirez takes over, hands to Nemenko. Nemenko pushing over the red. A nice move at the blue. Then he gets stood up, but Ramirez was there in support. Throws it in front. No one home on a redirect for the Toros. Bulls will go the other way. Suzuki dumps it in, looks to get it himself. Jax Warren gets there first, however. Help from Nemenko. Nemenko hands off Ramirez. Ramirez ahead for Wicklund, but it's tipped. This will go down the ice. No icing because of the tip, so instead it's Davis having to play. He tries the far side, Howard. Howard working against Sidorov. Sidorov takes it away, plays up the wall. It's jammed back in behind Wicklund. Wicklund trying to get it to the front, but the pass was broken up by Davis. Near side, Bulls control. Slowing it down for a second is Koroluk. Long stretch pass on the near side. That was tipped. It looked about 3 feet short of center, but linesman said it was good enough. So no icing, and the Toros have to scrum in their own zone to try and get this away. Pikic ties a man up. Puck runs to the near corner. Ori bumped off there, then taken down. No call. Zmenko plays, gets it back. No, he lets it go back to the point. Shot blocked to the near corner. Osborne working there. Osborne trying to work that cycle on the near side. Leaves it in the corner. Sidorov finds it, but he gives it right back to Osborne, who then throws it all the way down the ice. There shouldn't be icing on this. Nope, neither linesman signaling. Too many men by a mile. The entire Toro bench was yelling for it. Now it's going to be an odd man ruck. Good stick by Owen Dawson. Quickly up for Ori. Ori drops for Connaught and then hits Howard. Connaught rolls it in behind the net. Dawson trying to put it in front, but it's taken away and the Bulls will go the other way. Fed to the middle. Good back check by Dawson. Can he turn the Toros? Pass was tipped. Foyles will find it. Foyles working 1-on-2. Now help comes from Reen. Foyles throws it in front. No one home. Ty James thought about it, but then wisely backs off as Hodis got there first. Vorobiev takes the puck away. Vorobiev trying to dance in. Holding. His pass down the wall. Far side, Rees. They work in the corner. Play to the near side, Hodis. Hodis tries to hand it back. It's off the mark. Habla pressuring, thrown to the near side. Hodis tipped it into the zone. Russ taken to the wall by Spadaro. Puck poked at by Reen. Rung to the far side. Defenseman coming on a change. Keeps it in for the Bulls. Far side half wall. Drop to the goal line. Carried up high by Russ for a shot that's tipped wide. It was a stick out front, I believe, by Higley. Higley has it now. Trying to settle it down, but Ty James is all over him. Takes it away and carries out to neutral despite being held. Bulls trying to gain the line on the near side. Left off for Rush. Russ' shot is blocked by Spadaro. 8:54 to play in a fast-moving first period. Only 4 shots on goal. 3 for the Bulls, 1 for the Toros. Although a couple of the dump-ins from neutral probably should have counted as shots, but I don't think that really matters, as this is Habla trying to feed it into the zone. It's tipped, so delayed offside. Given to Jax Warren. Warren tries far side, Morelli. Morelli dumps it deep. It'll roll to the corner. Picked up by Dietz. Dietz retreats behind the net. Toro's aggressive on the forecheck. Morelli pressures. Puck to the far side. Bulls will carry ahead. Long toss into the near corner. Koroluk. And Swarz coming in. Nemenko just leveled Koroluk. What a hit by, I think, the second youngest Toro on the team. I'll have to check actual birthdays. Nemenko's in 08, so is Cookie. Pikic in 08 as well. Far side. Nemenko tied up. Swarz digging there as well. Eventually it's out and flipped to neutral. Delayed call coming, and as the Bulls touch, it's a cross chuck. Koroluk didn't like the hit from Nemenko, decided to take some retribution. Are they going to take the media timeout? They can, because it's not during a power play, but it looks like they won't. So instead we'll go to Presley Davis. Press. I need to unmute you. There we go.
Thanks, Ken. Whenever I was speaking with Ty James, his whole family is here tonight. So the 3-year vet has the family in the house in his home state. This is going to be the last game that he plays in the regular season in his home state. So I'm sure his family's feeling all the emotions, but I know he is super excited to have them and feels all of their support. Back to you, Ken.
Thank you, Presley. This is Ty James carrying up the ice. Tries the far side. Sidorov throwing the length of the ice. They had Hodis in behind the defense. What was the call? Did the linesman just call an icing while the Bulls were shorthanded? And now they're putting the draw in the offensive zone for the Toros. That's perhaps a break from the Toros, unless they called it a hand. I have no idea what they possibly called this, but either way, the Bulls punched the draw all the way down the ice. So no harm, no foul, I guess. This is Mullen behind the net. He's taking solo spot on this power play unit. Reen drops for him, given to Foils. Toros will pursue into the zone. Ori taking off the puck before he ever got it, and now a hold in the corner. Toros want the 5-on-3. They're not going to get it. It's up top Mullen. Mullen and Dawson play catch. They give Mullen a ton of space. Meanwhile, on the far wall, Reen got dumped down, and that also wasn't called. Now a long shot gloved and held. There could have been 3 more penalties on North Iowa on that sequence, and honestly, I'm surprised we don't see Cody Campbell up on the dasher yet. A minute 3 left on the First Western Bank and Trust power play. This is in behind the net. Toros control, wraparound try, it's in. Sidorov, who else? Presley is not allowed to pick anyone else for her player to watch until he stops scoring. Here's another look. Thanks to our friends at McKenzie Health. Maybe they're about to drop the puck, so we'll take a look at the next stoppage. This is Dietz. Either way, it's 1-0 Toros thanks to Sidorov. Toros dump it in. Long shot stopped by Cook. Rebound hacked at. Cook had it, but he couldn't hold on. Comes out in front. Another shot blocked to the corner. Cook trying to pick up his stick. A vicious slash in front of the net, and then a butt end to Nemenko. How is that not called? That's a 5-minute major. Cody Campbell letting the referee know as well, and this hits a player on the North Iowa bench, but I'm hoping you clipped that, Kobe. But first, let's go back and look at the goal. Sidorov just coming from around behind the net. Durkin too slow to get to the post. Either way, draw at center. We stay even 5 aside. So right now it looks like Presley and I were partially right on the pregame show. We were going to see more penalties. What we got wrong is we're not seeing them called. This one across the ice. Played to the middle. Mullen breaks it up. It's in his skates. It rolls to the net. Still loose. Toros poke it free. And now can they gather and go? 3-on-2 if they hurry. Foils on the near side. Foils to the middle. Reen, backhand try. It's gobbled up by Durkin. Let's see if we have another look at that last sequence. No, Nemenko's off the scrap, and that hit at the blue line also was late, but behind the play, Nemenko caught the butt end. I missed which Iowa Bull it was. Presley, did you have something to add as well?
Yeah, Cody Campbell is not a guy I would be wanting to make mad right now. His Denver Broncos are currently in overtime with the Buffalo Bills, so I know he's probably been on edge all day, so that's the last guy you're going to want to make mad tonight.
I imagine the bus ride home between he and Buffalo native Mike Meredith is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Mike was watching the game earlier in the hotel, and he seemed stressed out already, so it'll be interesting to see how that one turns out.
Puck rolled in deep, broken stick. Because of the hit, Nichols with a big hit, and now he tried a shot that was blocked. Toros have a bull out there without a blade. Nichols trying to roll it to the front. It's off the mark. Good keep by Spadaro. Spadaro chips it down low. Habla tried to play it to the point, but the puck hit that stick and caromed behind the net. A fortunate break for the Bulls, and now they'll throw this out to neutral. Toros trying to attack quickly. Ty James in the middle and Ori. Ori drops for Morelli. Morelli's shot blocked by traffic. Played to the near side. Sidorov shovels it down the wall. Bouncing puck. Sidorov couldn't find it. Neither could Ori. Morelli trying to settle it down. Just swats it down to the corner as it was bouncing. Ori knocked down from behind. Far side. Cannot comes up the wall. Delayed call coming. Toros will get another power play. 4:17 left to go in the period. And once the Bulls touch, the Toros will go back on the man advantage, which they do. Who are they taking? Micken will go. And the Toros, who already have one power play goal tonight, bring that same unit out again. Sidorov flanked by Wicklund Nemenko with Vorobioff and James behind him to start this man advantage. But the Bulls win the draw. Good keep by Ty James at the near point. Hands down the wall. Nemenko lets it roll down to Sidorov. Sidorov using that body to protect. Sidorov tied up. Puck swung to the front of the cage. Found first by the Bulls. They send it all the way down. Ty James to the near side of Vorobioff. Vorobioff crisscrosses with Nemenko. Dances into the zone on the far side. Dumped into the near corner. Dietz hammers it up the wall. Nemenko slows it down. Getting worked over. The puck taken away and cleared. This is Ty James up the ice again. Still a minute 6 on the power play. James dropped for Nemenko. He's pressured. Into the zone is Ori. Off of a nice feed from Nemenko. Feed to the middle of the ice, broken up. Wicklund finds it. Wicklund working on the wall. Tries to go back to the point and Mullen. It's poked away. Short-handed rush for the Bulls. It's Hodis in behind the defense. Hodis shot save made by Cookie. Hodis gets through the Toros, tries another one. This one flutters into the glove of Cook for a whistle. There's a Apparently 100 minutes and 39 seconds left on the penalty. I'm guessing that's some sort of scoreboard error. Oh, no. Kobe helps me out here. It's the penalty's on number 10. And then there's 39 seconds left. That one's on me. I'll wear that one a dash for me today on the scorecard. 30 seconds left now on the power play for the Toros. 2:42 on the game clock. That's dumped in by Dawson. And cleared the length by the Bulls. I was very confused. So this is touched ahead. Reen carries into the zone. Reen trying to dance through Howard. It doesn't work. Bulls take it away and send it all the way down. Bulls back to full strength. Toros control. 2 minutes left to go here in period one. Toros lead 1-0. Ori flicks it into the zone. Morelli looking to get after it. He pins a man to the wall. The Bulls come out with it. Worked ahead. It's Dietz. Dietz gains the line. Long shot to the far corner. Poked out to neutral, and Ori, who gets rocked without ever playing the puck. Ahead, Koroluk tips it into the zone. He and James go after it. Koroluk tried to chop James' stick in half. Instead, the Toros come out with it. Morelli flips this. Delayed call coming. They call the icing. Who are they taking? It's a slash on Koroluk, I believe. They're calling that chop. Headed to the corner. So the Toros to the power play for the third time tonight. They're talking about where to put the puck off the icing. So the Toros don't get the offensive zone draw because of the icing, but just a minute 11. So a palindrome on the clock here in period number one. Toros will have a minute 11 on this side of the horn to try and connect on the power play. Otherwise, 49 seconds will roll over to period number two. Sidorov dumps that in. It'll ring to the near side. Nemenko touches to the middle of the ice. Turnaround try. And Wickland couldn't get it to go. I don't know if that was an attempted shot or if he was trying to feed Sidorov on the backside. Big hit by Nemenko sends a Bull to the ice. Toros quickly up ice to Wickland. Wickland holds, waits for the rest of the Toros to gain the line. Threw it to the middle. He wanted Sidorov, but it was off the mark. Robioff bumped. Good keep by Ty James on the first try. Second one gets out, though. Toros roll it in and look to chase it down themselves. Nemenko looking across. Sidorov touches up top. Wickland. Wickland comes to Vorobiev. Vorobiev shot, save made. No rebound given by Durkin. Then a late run taken at Sidorov. .7 seconds left to go here in period number one. I am late in reminding you that the last minute of every period, including this first period, brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Equipment. Sidorov on the draw to the left of Durkin. One back to the corner by the Bulls. Davis pokes it up the wall. Ty James keeps it there, sweeps across for Vorobiev. Vorobiev to James. James holding, just flips it down low. Sidorov trying to win a battle, but it's taken away by the Bulls. Vorobiev couldn't quite settle it down on his tape, and now the race is on the other way. Coughlin and Vorobiev. Vorobiev wins the battle, leaves for Nemenko. Some yelling behind the play. I'm not sure what happened there. Coughlin working in the offensive zone for the Bulls despite being shorthanded. The horn sounds to end the period. And the horn goes. 20 minutes in the books. Toros lead 1-0. We will have our Farmers Union Insurance intermission interview in a moment. We'll wait for this. Maybe. No. We've already started the graphic, so hopefully we'll be able to hear over this garage door company commercial. But, Press, you've got Ivan Sidorov down on the bench.
Yes, Ivan, what's been working for you? You're on a roll. This is your 4th game with the goal. So what have you just been seeing recently?
I don't know. I would say we're so lucky to got this first goal because we got so bad start. We need to move our feet and be better every shift because it's so terrible. And we got to come back to our really good game next period and keep worrying because I don't know.
All right, best of luck. Back to you, Ken.
Thank you. A very honest Ivan Sidorov, not happy with the Toros' first period, despite him having the only goal of the game thus far. We will send it out to commercial break. When we come back, I'll take you through the Forebears Casino and Lodge intermission report after these messages on the Minotauros Network.
Your plan speaks volumes when you're going to have a drink. Be intentional to ensure your safety and the safety of others by keeping just a few things in mind. The first is to look out for your friends and be the designated driver. Even if someone says they're fine doesn't mean they are. Second, incorporate water into your night. Ordering a glass can encourage your friends to take note. Third, be the person your friends trust and say no to the next round. And fourth, lend a hand when your friends have reached their limit. Your plan speaks volumes. Know your drink. Know your limit.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Hey Minotauros fans, welcome to Caves, your home ice advantage for home technology, home convenience, and home entertainment. From game day on the big screens, to smart home upgrades, to keeping your house secure, plus car audio and a huge selection of game room gear and accessories, our team sets you up with a winning game plan. Stop by Caves in Minot or visit us at cavesnd.com. With Caves, you will always be in the game. Go Minotauros!
At First Command, our advisors are committed to coaching you towards a financial future worthy of your service. We're dedicated to coaching you from the start of your military career to retirement and beyond, at home or during deployment, for when things get tough and when times are good. Let us show you how we honor what matters most to you. It's time to get started today.
I am Melissa Mack, and I do collections and loans at Aspire Credit Union.
My name is Amy Rasmussen, and I am the Member Experience Coordinator at Aspire Credit Union.
I think it's very important to give back to our community to show that we care. I think that we're very good at showing our members we care, and they see us out in the community.
What I like most about working at Aspire Credit Union, it is very family oriented. We feel like one big happy family, and Aspire knows that your family always comes first.
I'll always remember when I first started. I showed up to work and my whole office was decorated in Mexican theme because I was going to be going to Mexico. And I remember just being so shocked and like so honored that they did that for me. I just think that's really special that Aspire allows us to develop those relationships with our coworkers.
We do a lot of fun things. We have the best potlucks ever. Kind of brings us together, and everyone just kind of helps each other out.
Aspire to more.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Since 2003, the architects and engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
Is someone in your life using opioids? Know the signs of an overdose: limp body, slow breathing, or vomiting. Step 1 is to call 911 and give them naloxone. It will reverse an overdose, so it can be used even if you're unsure whether they're overdosing or not. Request a free 2-dose naloxone kit now at hhs.nd.gov/opioids.
A state-of-the-art hospital and medical office building built with you in mind. The new healthcare campus and medical district, now open in Minot. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Welcome in to the Mason City Arena. You've got the Four Bears Casino and Lodge intermission report. As always, I'm Ken Oda taking you through this one. Toros lead North Iowa by a score of 1-0. Who else? Ivan Sidorov with his 9th of the season. Let's take another look. Toros were on the power play. Numenko credited with his 2nd assist. Numenko wins the battle behind the net, hands to Sidorov, who wraps it around. Just a nice play off the face-off loss for the Toros power play unit. Toros 1 for 3 on the power play. North Iowa 0 for 1. It was Ty James for holding. I'm sure that's not the only way he wants to get on the score sheet here in his last game in his home state. He's, aside from that penalty, looked strong here. Also looking strong, the Cookie Monster, Brian Cook. 8 saves on 8 shots. Toros have only had 4 shots on goal, but 1 went in. That may be part of why Ivan Sidorov was less than thrilled while talking to Presley Davis during the Farmers Union intermission interview. Take a look at scores from around the North American Hockey League. Maryland 3-1 over New Jersey. Maine 2-0 over... Actually, that first one was a final. Second period action out east. Maine a 2-0 lead on Philly. Johnstown a 1-0 lead in Elmira. Springfield a 1-0 lead on Wisconsin. And that's all second period action. First period action back east. Rochester a 2-0 lead on New Hampshire. Central Division play. St. Cloud's at Watertown. They're just underway. That's scoreless. Also scoreless, just underway. Odessa's at Oklahoma. Corpus and Amarillo are about to get going. Everything else getting going here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. The Mallards are at the wings. Austin and Bismarck, who played a wild one last night in the VFW, go at it again tonight. It ended up a 5-5 tie through regulation and overtime, and eventually it was the Bruins who get the shootout victory, which I'm not sure it qualifies as a comeback. They led 2-0 in that game, but then trailed 5-2, so I guess technically came back, but New Mexico and Lone Star, that gets going here in a few minutes, as does Shreveport and El Paso. And then later tonight, maybe some Viewing on the bus on the way home, Janesville and Kenai, Fairbanks and Anchorage. Take a peek at some college hockey scores as well. I'm not going to go through all of the box scores with you, but we'll take a look at some Toro alum in the spotlight. Mercyhurst, a 3-0 lead there. Who did I see in the lineup? I saw a Toro alum in that one. For Niagara, it was Ross Rollison. That's where I was looking. He's -1 on the affair. And in net for Mercyhurst, Sal Ivola had a short stint with the Toros. He's made 23 saves and a 3-0 lead there. Still 14 minutes to play in the third, though. Sweeto, he's back in net. Lucas Swedin, he's allowed 3 on 24. He and his Bentley teammates are tied 3-3 with Sacred Heart in the third period there. Looking at Omaha taking on Miami, Ohio. Doesn't look like Chase LaPinta in the lineup for Omaha. But at the other side, it was John Emmons with a goal for Miami, Ohio. And they are holding on to a 5-2 lead, middle of the third period out east. More college action. Canisius, a 3-0 lead on RIT. And we see Robert Kincaid in that one as a +1. 3 shots on goal, no points yet for Robert Kincaid. And then Minnesota Duluth and St. Cloud State. None of the Toro alum, it looks like, in the lineup there. There's an Aberdeen wing, Kyle Gaffney. But no Toro alum in the lineup there. That game is 1-1 in the second. Next up for the Toros after this weekend, the Bismarck Bobcats come back to the Mesa Arena for the final time in the regular season this year. That's this Friday and Saturday, January 23rd and 24th. 7:35 starts. It's going to be brutal outside, at least right now, according to the weather reports. But it'll be plenty warm in a packed Mesa Arena, so get your tickets early. Make sure you have seats. You and 2,000 friends can watch the Toros try and avenge the rough start to the rivalry this season for the Toros. That'll do it for the Farmers Union Intermission Report. When we come back, we'll drop the puck on period 2. Toros lead the Bulls by a score of 1-0.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
At Northwest Tire, we have tires for everyone. Needs tires that are reliable and safe to get her family where they need to be. Needs a tire that's heavy duty for all of his off-roading adventures. Needs tires that can get him from point A to point B. No matter what you drive or your budget.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
When it's time to choose your team, you want to pick the best.
I pick Carson Wentz. I pick Hunter Lipke.
Where'd you come from? I was in football just like you.
Always choose people you know and trust for your team. First Western, you can bank on us.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
The all-new Emergency Trauma Center, built with your reassurance in mind. The new healthcare campus and medical district, now open in Minot. Trinity Health, making more possible.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Your plan speaks volumes when you're going to have a drink. Be intentional to ensure your safety and the safety of others by keeping just a few things in mind. The first is to look out for your friends and be the designated driver. Even if someone says they're fine doesn't mean they are. Second, incorporate water into your night. Ordering a glass can encourage your friends to take note. Third, be the person your friends trust and say no to the next round. And fourth, lend a hand when your friends have reached their limit. Your plan speaks volumes. Know your drink. Know your limit.
We had a member that came into the credit union who doesn't historically come in. She went up to the teller line and said she wanted $25,000 in cash. The teller kind of questioned her about it, and she said, "I'm buying a car," but she was kind of fidgety. And is that when she went to you first?
She had to make a phone call to see who it was payable to, and that was
which is
red
way
flag.
Weird. I mean, that's a huge red flag. And that's kind of when I came up there and I just said, "Are you comfortable coming to my office if we just sit down and talk about this?"
And that's where you took the phone and talked to the person on the other line, right?
Then to hit the button on the phone and disconnect them, for her to say, "Thank you."
I'd rather ask the uncomfortable questions than hear that I just assisted someone losing $25,000.
Perfect. That's when you know you did a good job that day.
At First Command, our advisors are committed to coaching you towards a financial future worthy of your service. We're dedicated to coaching you from the start of your military career to retirement and beyond, at home or during deployment, for when things get tough and when times are good. Let us show you how we honor what matters most to you. It's time to get started today.
All right, Genty, time to learn the option play.
Come on, Coach. I know how to run the option.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Mix and match 3 apps with 3 sauces, like shrimp, boneless wings, onion rings with sweet chili, blue cheese, and marinara. Or wonton tacos, waffle fries, and riblets with honey mustard, ranch, and honey barbecue. Or brew pub pretzels, mozzarella sticks, and waffles.
Coach, how many combinations are there?
There's over 80,000.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Choose 3 apps and 3 sauces for $14.99. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
Since 1977, Northwest Tire's been your partner on the road for over 40 years. People have put their trust in our quality brand tires and expert service on the roads and in the fields for work, play, and travel. Northwest Tire, keeping you rolling down the road.
Welcome back inside the Mason City Arena. Toros lead the Bulls by a score of 1-0 and have 49 seconds of power play time to start period number 2. But before that gets underway, here's an updated look at the Central Division standings. The top 2 running away with the home ice advantage seeding, but there's still room at the bottom half of the playoff bracket. Aberdeen kind of in no man's land, 5 points behind Austin, 6 behind Bismarck, but still 9 points ahead of Watertown. The Bulls are 4 points behind the Shamrocks. Toros are 6 behind them. St. Cloud just 3 points behind the Toros now as well, and the Mallards at 17 points total on the season, are running out of time. But here, it is 1-0 Toros. Toros looking to salvage a split on this trip to North Iowa. Puck is down and period 2 is underway. Toros dump it into the offensive zone. Pressure from Nemenko jams it behind the net, but the Bulls will bring it all the way down the ice again. Toros are on the First Western Bank and Trust power play, so no icing as James will wind it up. Dumped in, and they'll say that's an icing. So the draw comes all the way back down in the Toro zone. I don't think we can get him on camera, but there's a guy down to our right wearing shorts. I know it's a little bit warmer here than it is back in Minot, but shorts weather it is not. Yes, I do have ADHD. Why do you ask? Far side. Toros controlling their own zone. 16 seconds left. This is Ty James up the far side. Wicklund to the middle. Nemenko. Shot save made. Rebound. Sidorov couldn't quite reach it. And Suzuki gets the clear. Bulls come full strength as Cookie rings that around to the near side. Sidorov kicks to the middle ice. Good keep by Davis. Soaked up by Cook. Let's get to some more of those social media check-ins. The Davises are down in Texas. The Brits are at home. Michael, Rachel, Toby Knight watching in Minot. Sally Foyles listening in Eau Claire. The Learhams checking in from the Pepsi rink. The Carbos are at a Pee Wee game in Sydney, Montana. Tollbridges are in Minot. Betsy Patterson's in Sacramento, California. Toros control the draw, roll it out to neutral. This is Morelli. Morelli driving the net, one-handed across. Habla couldn't get there. There was a defender in the way. Habla tries to play that down the wall. He connects with Nichols. Nichols for Morelli. One-timer doesn't go. Follow-up try. Bounces to the near side. One-handed out by Hodis. Dumped right back in by Dawson. Durkin out of his net. Can't stop it. Far side. Nichols touches to the middle of the ice. There's no Toro there. They throw it out to neutral to the Bulls. And then right back into their own zone. 18.5 to play here in period number 2 as this rolls on net for a Hungry Hippo style cover by Brian Cook. Let's go to Presley Davis, who has a special guest.
I'm joined with Miss James, Ty James's mom. You've been part of the Toros family for 3 years. How does it feel to have been apart for so long?
It feels great. He's had a great experience up here. We have also, every time we've gone up to Minot, all the fans say hi and know us by name, so it's been really great.
Do you have a favorite moment from the past 3 years?
I would say probably going to the Robertson Cup his very first year, the experience going up there, up in Minnesota, and then having him play. It was just such a great experience.
All right, well, we're going to definitely miss you being part of the Toros family.
We will definitely miss you guys, too.
Back to you, Ken.
Thank you, Presley. Puck thrown to the far side. 2-on-1 for the Toros. Vorobiev has Reen with him. Vorobiev shot fought off by Durkin. Rebound to the near side. Reen. Foyles plays down the wall to the front of the ice. He doesn't connect with Reen. Bulls send this down the ice. Higley, and it's Pikic who wins the race for icing. Draw comes down to the offensive zone for the Toros. Draw to the left of Durkin. Far side, they poke at it. Down the wall comes Ty James. Pokes to the corner. Puck swept to the near side. Spadaro throws it down low. They dig along the boards. Vorobiev forced out to neutral and then lost it to Higley. Higley dumps it all the way down. Reen to the middle of the ice. He missed Foyles. It's thrown into the Toro zone. Spadaro quickly ahead for Vorobiev. Vorobiev has the middle, works back to the outside, forced to turn. He's got Schwartz up top, holds it himself, does Vorobiev. They give him a ton of space. Eventually it's poked off his stick, high in the air. Schwartz dumps it down low for Foyles. Foyles trying to work out of the corner, gets pushed off. Ramirez is there to help. Ramirez pinned. Foyles digging. Mick in there. Eventually it's kicked along the wall. Yek up ice on the near side. Schwartz takes it away. Vorobiev gives back to Schwartz. Looks across. Mullen back to Schwartz near side. Foyles trying to turn it back as pressure arrives. Turned over into the middle of the ice. Shot, it's in. Tie game. Osborne takes advantage of a turnover and pulls the Bulls even. A bad turnover at the Toros' blue line. A puck softly to the middle of the ice, and that allows Osborne to walk right down the middle and pull the Bulls even. Puck dumped in by Malentino. Dawson has trouble on the far side. Still holds possession, though. Dawson just skates this one out of trouble. Wickland controls, looks up ice. It's tipped into the zone, so no icing. Ramirez pressures Dietz. Howard helps out, plays to the far side. Koroluk, poked at by Wickland, does well to keep it. Koroluk, one hand on his stick, gains the line, then hits the brakes at the hash marks, only have it poked free by Reen. Gets it back, though, to Koroluk. Pressured by Warren. He feeds Suzuki, looks backside. Good stick by Spadaro. Broke up that chance. Now a shot fought off. Toros look lost in their own zone right now. Shot, it's in. Malentino. As we get another look again, Toros just can't get out of their own end. Trouble just even finding where the puck is. And the Bulls find a player in the middle of the ice all alone who's able to pick his spot on Cook. This is Pikic, tipped in by Kanat. Sidorov after it. He and Jacques come together to the far side. Ty James pinches down the wall and keeps it. Gives to Sidorov. Sidorov trying to jam it from a tight angle. It doesn't go, but Pikic keeps it at the point. Throws it down low. Kanat trying to feed Sidorov, who is tied up, and that allows the Bulls to go the other way. Jacques across to the far side. Osborne boots it into the zone. Ty James should get to this first. He does. He leaves for Pikic. Far side. Sidorov flips it on net, and Durkin will just take the defensive zone draw. Draw will be to the left of Durkin. We've only played 5 minutes and 1 second here in the period. Habla on the draw for the Toros. Against Osborne. Make that Coughlin. 27, not 17. Coughlin's toss, so Higley steps in. Higley and Habla nose to nose over the dot. Habla wins it back. Quick shot doesn't go for Nichols. Follow-up try by Morelli is stopped by Durkin. Far side. Mullen pinches down. Out to neutral, bouncing puck. That's almost an offside play, but Russ did well not to gain the zone. That one's tipped out of play off the glass. We'll go to Presley Davis for another update. Press.
Thanks, Ken. When I was speaking with Mike Meredith in between periods, we were talking about those missed calls that we were seeing in that first period. And he said, honestly, it just goes both ways. They just have to keep playing hard. And if they get that call, then, get ready to do the kill. But if North Iowa gets the call, just be ready to take advantage of that. Back to you, Ken.
Thank you, Presley. And Presley, I'm going to ask another favor. Next time you're downstairs, make sure the Jameses don't leave without saying hi. They have been fantastic to have here with the Toros for all these years. And last season, when my daughter Hannah was born, gave us some very nice gifts, and Hannah's favorite snack holder came from the Jameses. Near side, Osborne gets it by Ori. Chipped back into the zone. Sidorov had to touch up. Now the Toros can pursue. One-handed aside, and Cookie able to make this stop and hold on. Shots 12-7 in favor of the Bulls, who lead 2-1. $13.50 to go here in period 2. Puck thrown around to the near side, kept at the point by Jocks. Down the wall, weakly taken over by Reen. Reen fed Foils. It's poked away from him and then turned over to Malentino, but Ty James cleans up the mess. Ty ahead for Reen. It's broken up. Ty finds it in support and then comes to the near side and Foils. Foils shot from a tough angle, doesn't go. I may have been looking for a tip from Ty James. Quickly ahead, Ty James was in deep. Can the Bulls take advantage? Korlick forced to turn. Throws it down low. Good stick work by Reen. But the Bulls still win the battle. Thrown in front. Foils breaks it up, but he chopped it to the corner. Foils hunts it down himself. Throws it off the glass and out. Arm is up. This will go for an icing. .780 seconds left to go here in period number 2. Toros led 1-0 coming in, but trail 2-1. Draw will be to the right of Cookie off the icing. Icing is brought to you by our friends at Minot's Finest Collision Center. Pikich pins a man on the far side and then got cross-checked in the face. And this will go for another icing. Bersic just cross-checked Pikich in the face. Wondering if Dom wishes his birthday was a week later now. For those who missed last night's game, Pikich turned 18 this week and put on the visor. Far side, this is Ty James. Flicks ahead for Reen. Reen pokes it into the zone, tries to hand off to Foils. Foils gathers, plays to the middle of the ice. It's poked out to neutral. Toros couldn't touch. They would have been offside, so that allows the Bulls to gather. This is Hodis in neutral. Pass ahead for Bersic was off the mark. He and Ty James come together. Toros come away with the puck. Foils. His pass is tipped out to neutral. Hodis takes back over. Fans on a pass, but Howard was there. And then a big hit by Foils on the near side against Higley. Higley just now getting up. That was an awkward play because Foils was trying to glove that down to his stick. And I don't think Higley, because he wasn't playing the puck, was expecting to get hit. This one gets sent down the ice. It'll go for an icing. 2 loose sticks on the ice as well. Kobe, I don't know if we have a replay of that hit by Foils. Unfortunately, we do not, but it was Foils' momentum of trying to make that play that just kept carrying him to the boards. And Higley it was, I believe, right? Higley was just kind of caught on the train tracks, and he is down the tunnel getting attended to by the trainer. Now he's back on the bench at least, but doesn't look comfortable. This is Spadaro down to the half wall and Wickland. Wickland shot from a tight angle, save made. Rebound comes to the near corner. Wickland tries to work a cycle with Ramirez, who's pinned. Nemenko steps in and helps out. Nemenko back for Ramirez. It's off the mark. Dietz sweeps it to the far side. Pinched by Dawson. Fed up top for Spadaro. Shot blocked by traffic. Nemenko finds it. Turns it down to the corner. Wickland. Wickland pinned. Near side. Russ pokes at it. Toro's able to jam it out to neutral, and Howard thrown back into the Toro zone. Delayed offside, and now a bad hit on that delayed offside. Ramirez hitting the back, face first into the boards by Holland. Good to see Ramirez pop right back up, but when the linesman's yelling off and you're in your defensive zone, you don't expect to get drilled like that. .11:07 left to go here in period number 2. Draw one back by the Bulls in neutral. Micken tries to dump it in. It was tipped by Morelli. It goes to the far side corner. Mullen around to the near side for Morelli. Morelli met there. Puck taken away. Shot blocked. Mullen in behind the net. Mullen gets hit. Physicality picking up. Morelli doesn't have a stick. What is going on with sticks this period? This is Yek trying to work a cycle now. Meanwhile, Morelli's stick pushed farther up the boards, and then Micken just threw it out to neutral. Micken. Shot goes wide. Nichols tries to feed Morelli, but he doesn't have a stick. Fortunately, Jax Warren jumped in. The puck sent down the ice. Habla spun down, but he keeps possession. Nichols trying to pick his way to the front. It doesn't work. Schwartz keeps it, but his shot hits Nichols in the skate and caroms out to neutral. Nichols spins Osborne down. Puck dumped into the Toro zone. Ty James. His long pass blocked. Caroms out to neutral, so Suzuki has to hammer it in, and he fires it up into the stands. Palindrome on the clock. 10:01 to play here in period 2. Toros trail 2-1, and we've got our media timeout. Let's head out to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the rest of period number 2 here on the Minotauros Network.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Find your plan today. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
Welcome back, Toros fans. During the last intermission, I was actually stopped by some fans who told me that they used to be Ivan Sidorov's billets. He only lived with them for about a month, but they were asking me about his interview, and we just kind of talked about how great his character is and his personality, and he's so humble, and that just really made me think of how, you know, this whole team, just great guys off the ice, really great group, and I know the coaches have been told by fans as well, so it's a really great thing to have for part of this organization. Now let's go to Ken.
Thank you, Presley. Toros control the draw. Trying to pull up Sidorov's EP, but EP's been down most of the day. There's a shot sticked away. Trying to figure out when he would have had billets in this neck of the woods. Near side. Sidorov working down low, trying to wrap it like his first goal, gets hauled down. Cody Campbell, at this point, not even bothering to ask where the calls are. Meanwhile, Malentino up ice. Malentino shot. That was a pass. And what a save by Cook with the left toe. My goodness. Long pass ahead, doesn't connect with Nemenko. Suzuki feeds it to the middle. Delayed call coming. Toros will be shorthanded. So, Toros to the Papa John's PK. Cody Campbell less than thrilled with tonight's officiating. Had to be coerced into sending a penalty kill unit out. 8:57 left to go here in period 2. Ty James controls for the Toros. Takes the puck away and sends it all the way down the ice. Fantastic effort by Ty James to start the kill. Bulls disorganized on their breakout. And not a lot of urgency from this Bulls power play unit. I'm not checking football scores at all, I swear. Down to the corner they go, swept to the far side. Davis carries down the wall, throws it down to the goal line. Pressure by Spadaro and Ramirez, and the Toros get the clear. Yeah, no other action for Sidorov here in the U.S. other than as the Toros, so must be some Minot people who made the trip. Far side into the zone comes Holland, played down low. Bersic works a cycle. Holland turning in the far corner. Mullen steps into him. Toros look to work short-handed. Nichols has foils with him. Nichols delays. Now he's looking for help. And runs into trouble. Puck taken away. Bulls on the far side. Kicked free. This is Foils. Into the zone. Shot gobbled up. By Durkin. Draw will be to the left of Durkin. Toros still shorthanded for 21 seconds. Sidorov wins it back to Ty James. He just dumps it down to the corner. Ramirez trying to hunt it down there. The Bulls win the battle, and it's Malentino dropping it back for Jocks. Dietz on the far side, forced to turn by pressure. Toros come full strength. 2 for 2 on the Papa John's PK this evening. Pass ahead, hits a stanchion and stays in the zone. Big hit by Dane Ramirez on Malentino. Meanwhile, a shot goes wide for Koroluk. Near side, Ramirez, can he jam this puck out? He was able to force Suzuki out to neutral. Far side, Bulls looking to attack. Dietz dumps it in. Cook out of his net. Doesn't stop it for Spadaro. Spadaro makes a man miss and carries up the near side. Then flubs the pass, but Sidorov was there. He floats one into Durkin, who will play it. Toros need a change. Bulls up the near side. It's Higley. Good to see him return to the ice after an awkward collision. Toros take that away. And now it's Foils. Foils, shot blocked. Poked back to the point. Mullen up top for Dawson. Dawson looking for a lane. Thinks he has one. Shot kicked away by Durkin. Foils plays it down low. Bulls will start up ice. Vorobiev harassing Micken. Dumped in, and it's Cook who mishandles, and Mullen was Johnny on the spot. How did that get through Cookie? For the Toros, you need a zone clear just to let him regroup. This is near side. Micken plays it down low for Coughlin. Coughlin working down low. Owen Dawson. Up by the blue line, there's a scrum. Players tied up at the side of the net too. Dawson and Ross. Toros up ice. Foils. Foils. Across. Shot by Ramirez goes wide. Rebound to the near side. Warren taken out to neutral by it. This is Dietz on the near side for Yek. Right back to Dietz. That one was for the Russell family. This is Ramirez taking it away, trying to feed it to the middle. That's poked out to neutral. Pikic dumps it in. Awkward carom for him off the door on that far side corner. Unfortunately for the Toros, it didn't come to the front of the net like the one at the other end of the ice. Rolled into the zone. Bulls back on it. Throw to the near side, it misses Yek. Warren dumps it right back in. Dietz, far side. Pressured, and his pass was tipped out of play by Wickland. 4:15 left to go here in period number 2. Toros trail the Bulls by a score of 2-1 as Mackenzie Health brings us another look at that awkward bounce for Cookie. Went right through him. A bouncing puck went over his stick and came right into the blue paint. Fortunately, Riley Mullen was there. Betsy Patterson's checking in from Sacramento. The Coreys and Tims are aboard. Aaron Bliven watching back in Minot. Way behind on check-ins tonight. A lot of people tuned in, hoping to see the Toros get back into this one as Ty James plays it behind his own net and winds it up to the far side. Hands off for Habla. James was hit hard after he moved that puck. It's taken away by the Bulls and dumped down into the Toro zone. Ty James feeds Habla. Morelli to the far side. It's dumped in by Nichols. Morelli trying to hunt it down. Habla does. Feeds Nichols, who fans on the shot. Coughlin into the zone on the near side. Schwartz does well to force him behind the net. Habla pokes at it. It's touched up top for Russ. Russ to the middle. Long shot, save made. Rebound given to the corner. Bulls still hold. Far side, Holland up top. Comes near side, Davis. Davis with a long shot. That's blocked off, and Morelli able to find it. Morelli's been out there a while. Chips it in, gets stood up. It doesn't go far enough for icing. He was short of center. Linesman waved it off. Now Spadaro tips Bersik's dump-in attempt, and now Ori carries into the zone. Ori trying to split a couple of defenders. It doesn't work. Sidorov helps out. So does Kanat. Kanat feeding Ori. Shot from a tough angle, and the rebound doesn't go for Sidorov. Spadaro carries down the wall. Feeds Kanat. Davis has it poked free. It's up top. Spadaro. Quick shot goes wide. Rebound to the far side. Tomsek finds it. Good stick by Mullen. Breaks that up. Kanat rolls it into the zone. Ori up on the pressure. 2:18 left to go here in the second. It's 2-1 Bulls. Hodis in. Drops for Bersik. Return feed to Hodis is off the mark. Nemenko finds the puck in the corner. Then turns it over. And a hit by Ori's going to draw a call. And then Nemenko finished Hodis off. And we'll see if that'll draw a second call. Checking from behind on Ori is the initial. And with 2:01 left in the second, the Toros back to the Papa John's PK. So we get another look at the hit by Ori. He definitely made contact from behind, but as far as hits in this game go, it was awfully soft. I don't know that it warranted falling down like that, but Bulls control. Shot fought off. Rebound to the far side. Bulls still hold on. Swept back to the point. Near point Suzuki. He mishandles out to neutral. Fuji Suzuki on the near side. Looks across, has Dietz, who dangles into the zone. Dietz finds space and then looks across to the far side. They find the guy in the middle. It was the bumper. It was Mankoff, but taken away by Dan Ramirez and sent 200 feet. Second difference between the period and the power play. Puck left in the middle of the ice. Can Foyles win the race to it? He can't. Carried up ice by Koroluk. Final minute, Koroluk in, tries to stuff it. Good save by Cook with the right leg. Final minute of play of period number 2, brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Equipment. This is Suzuki in the near circle to the middle of the ice. Shot blocked out front by traffic and hacked the distance by Nichols. Bulls hold behind their net 35 seconds as they start out. Dietz into the zone. Holds all the way down to the corner. Rings it to the far side. Up top, Howard. Left to the near side. Bersic, hands off. Hodis gives to Osborne. Shot fought off with the blocker by Cookie. 7 seconds left on the kill. 8.2 left in the period. Draw stays in the defensive zone. Cody Campbell just shared a laugh with the referee, and I don't know how to handle that. Draw to the left of Cook. Draw hacked down the ice by Sidorov, and that should just about do it for the second period, but my whole worldview is shaken right now. It's Cody Campbell's getting along with officials. But 40 minutes in the books. Toros trail by a score of 2-1. We'll keep it here for just a moment. Cook over to talk to the linesman as well. Not sure what this discussion's about. Love to get the inside scoop on that as well, but we've got Presley Davis at ice level with Ty James for the Farmers Union intermission interview.
Thanks, Ken. Now, Ty, your home state, how does it feel whenever you get, even though the Mesa Arena is a lot of fun to play in, how does it feel to get to play in Iowa?
You know, it's always great to be back home in your home state. I'm glad I have a good amount of family to come watch me, so that's always good. So, I don't know, just good to be back home, kind of.
And then as an A, what's the message to the team for the third period?
We just got to be harder on pucks and come out like we do in the first. I don't know, we're just having some rough second periods, but I think we're going to come out hard in the third and just put the puck in the net. That's all we got to do.
All right, best of luck.
Thank you.
And
thank you, Presley. We will send it out to commercial break when we come back. Four Bears Casino Lodge intermission report after these messages here on the Minotauros Network.
Since 2003, the architects and engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
All right, Genty, time to learn the option play.
Come on, Coach. I know how to run the option.
Applebee's new ultimate trio. Mix and match 3 apps with 3 sauces, like shrimp, boneless wings, onion rings with sweet chili, blue cheese, and marinara. Or wonton tacos, waffle fries, and riblets with honey mustard, ranch, and honey barbecue. Or brew pub pretzels, mozzarella sticks, and waffles.
Coach, how many combinations are there?
There's over 80,000.
Applebee's new ultimate trio. Choose 3 apps and 3 sauces for $14.99. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
Is someone in your life using opioids? Know the signs of an overdose: limp body, slow breathing, or vomiting. Step 1 is to call 911 and give them naloxone. It will reverse an overdose, so it can be used even if you're unsure whether they're overdosing or not. Request a free 2-dose naloxone kit now at hhs.nd.gov/opioids.
A better smile isn't just about how you look, it's about how you feel. At Prestwich Orthodontics, we believe straight teeth lead to more than confidence. They lead to better health, higher quality of life, and a stronger you. From Invisalign to braces, our care is built around improving your life, not just your smile. Because when you feel good, you live better. Start your journey today at MyNotBraces.com.
I am really passionate about this community.
We're very close-knit. A lot of us are heavily involved with sports, volunteer opportunities. It helps us build bonds within the community.
Yes, I work at Dakota West, but I'm also a member. Whatever I do affects myself and my family. We're all in this together. I think it's important to have that integrity.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Find your plan today. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
Hey Minotauros fans, welcome to Caves, your home ice advantage for home technology, home convenience, and home entertainment. From game day on the big screens, to smart home upgrades, to keeping your house secure, plus car audio and a huge selection of game room gear and accessories, our team sets you up with a winning game plan. Stop by Caves in Minot or visit us at cavesnd.com. With Caves, you will always be in the game. Go Minotauros!
Welcome back to the Forebears Casino Lodge Intermission Report. Go Minotauros is what is right. Toros trailing 2-1, however. Shot 17-11 in favor of North Iowa, thanks in large part to a 9-5 advantage in period number 2. But let's look at the scoring in this one. In the first, it was, who else? Ivan Sidorov on the power play. His 9th of the season. Vladimir Nomenko with the assist. A nice play behind the net to free that puck up and hand off to Sidorov. But as it was the case last night, the second period belonged to the Bulls. 2 goals a minute apart. First, it was Parker Osborne off of a turnover who walks in and wires one by Cook. Got Cook moving to his right, shot it back to the left. And then Malentino, his 14th of this season, from Fuji Suzuki, who picks up assist number 20 and point number 12 against the Toros on the season. Makes it 2-1 Bulls for Suzuki. Now 6 goals, 6 assists in 6 games against Minot. Toros need to find a way to keep him off the score sheet the rest of this one, and really the rest of the Bulls. The Toros trailing by 1. You talk about the playoff implications. you really don't want to give the Bulls 3 points this weekend. So you want to win it, not just to get the 2 points yourself, but you got to win in regulation to at least come out with an even 2-point split each way. Looking at some out-of-town scores, Maryland 3-1 over New Jersey. That's a final third period action. Maine 3-2 over Philadelphia. Johnstown and Elmira are aces early in the third. Springfield a 1-0 lead on Wisconsin middle third. Second period, Rochester a 4-0 lead on New Hampshire. Second period in Watertown, St. Cloud up 2-1 on the Shamrocks after St. Cloud picked up a shootout win yesterday at home. They've got a 2-1 lead on the road against Watertown. Odessa, a 3-0 lead at Oklahoma. That's in the first period, as is Corpus and Amarillo. They're even at aces. Aberdeen, through 20 minutes, a 2-0 lead on Minnesota. And Austin Bruins, a 1-0 lead after one in Bismarck. Minnesota, a 3-0 lead on Chippewa. Almost at the first break, Lone Star and New Mexico are scoreless. Just 7 total shots on goal through 17 minutes there in Lone Star. 5 for the Brahmas, 2 for New Mexico. El Paso and Shreveport, they're about to get going in just a moment. And then later tonight, Janesville visits Kenai. Fairbanks is at Anchorage. Let's take a look at some college scores. More games have started, others have wrapped up. Ferris State and Augustana in net for Ferris State. Let's take a peek. Noah Ruprecht is backing up tonight, but Owen Baumgartner, former Toro, had 2 assists for Augustana. That game's tied at 3 in the third. Stonehill, Adam Mahler suiting up, not on the score sheet yet. That game just starting the second period, 18:01 left there as they visit Lindenwood. It's a 2-0 lead for Lindenwood. Air Force, Will Dawson is +1 with 2 shots on goal. They lead Holy Cross 3-2. That one is early third. Mercyhurst and Niagara and Ross Rollison. Ross Rollison picked up an assist as Mercyhurst unfortunately beat his Niagara 4-2. That one is zeros left on the clock. Lucas Swedin and Bentley finish in a 4-4 draw with Sacred Heart. We mentioned this earlier, but John Emmons picks up a goal for Miami as they take down Omaha 6-2. And as far as Robert Kincaid and Canisius, they pick up a 4-1 win over RIT. Kincaid +1, 1 shot on goal there. Here again, it is 2-1 North Iowa through 40 minutes. Toros 1 for 3 on the power play. Bulls 0 for 3, and that penalty did expire. The Luca Ori checking from behind came with 2:01 left on the clock, so we'll start period 3, 5-on-5. After that, we've got a long ride home, and we will see you at home next Friday and Saturday night as the Bismarck Bobcats make their final appearance of the regular season on the Pepsi rink, January 23rd and 24th. That's next Friday and Saturday night. Hope to see you all there, and of course we hope it's not their final appearance of the year. As you look at the Central Division standings, right now, the Bobcats are the 1 seed, so if the Toros can chase down the Shamrocks and the Bobcats can hold on, that would be your first round matchup. I know it hasn't gone well for the Toros in the first few meetings, but the Toros have never lost a playoff series to the Bobcats. In fact, only 1 playoff game, 9-1 against them all time in the playoffs. So we'll see if we can chase them down. Of course, St. Cloud leading Watertown right now helps if the Toros can turn things around on North Iowa. Toros would be tied for the 5 seed right now. Only the top 4 get in, but they'd be within 4 points of Watertown, and they've got Watertown 4 times in the next 4 weeks after the Bismarck series. January 30th and 31st in Watertown, and then the next home games after that Bismarck set are not until February 20th and 21st when the Shamrocks come to Minot. So a chance, if the Toros can take care of business there, to possibly pass the Shamrocks, but of course it starts with taking care of business here tonight. And then in between we've also got Aberdeen and then the Mallards in Watford City. So Toros, looking at the schedule here, a little bit softer part of the schedule if the Toros can turn things around. Bismarck next weekend, that'll be difficult for sure, but then Watertown, Aberdeen, the Mallards, Watertown, North Iowa, the Mallards, and St. Cloud. That is a 7-week stretch that the Toros need to get on a run because the end of the schedule is tough. Austin, home for Austin, away for Austin, home for Aberdeen, and then away for 2 against Bismarck on the final weekend of the regular season. So the Toros need to make hay in that stretch here, the end of January, all through February and the first couple weeks of March, because it'll be hard to make up points playing against the Bruins and Bobcats, who will be battling for that top spot in the division, no doubt. Also, you look at those games against the Mallards in Watford City. News there for Toro fans. Ticket prices dropped to $10. They are available at Rough Riders Center's website, roughriderscenter.com. You can grab your tickets for that. Spend Valentine's Day weekend out by Theodore Roosevelt National Park. I imagine it's not the best hiking in February, but having driven through the park a few times, it is beautiful in the summer. Might have to take a detour. We don't have a lot to do on Saturday between the game on Friday and Saturday night. But maybe a trip to Four Bears, maybe a trip to the National Park. We will see. Speaking of Four Bears, that does it for the Four Bears Casino and Lodge Intermission Report. When we come back, period number 3, Toros and Bulls here on the Minotauros Network.
Hi, I'd like to add my new motorcycle to my insurance policy, please.
Greetings. Is it a moped or unicycle?
No, it's a motorcycle.
Unicycling enhances core body strength.
No, it's a motorcycle. It has 2 wheels, a seat, handlebars.
Does it have rocket boosters?
Can I speak to a live agent?
Impossible. All agents have been neutralized.
At Farmers Union Insurance, technology is important, and so is finding the best options for our clients, person to person. Farmers Union Insurance. Local agents, more options, great rates.
At Northwest Tire, we're part of your community, and we want you to be part of our family. We're about more than tires. We're about superior customer service to keep your vehicles and equipment safely rolling down the road. If you'd like to join a company that truly cares for our customers and employees, come work with us and become part of our growing family. Apply at nwtire.com.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
Hey Minotauros fans, welcome to Caves, your home ice advantage for home technology, home convenience, and home entertainment. From game day on the big screens, to smart home upgrades, to keeping your house secure, plus car audio and a huge selection of game room gear and accessories, our team sets you up with a winning game plan. Stop by Caves in Minot or visit us at cavesnd.com. With Caves, you will always be in the game. Go Minotauros!
A better smile isn't just about how you look, it's about how you feel. At Prestwich Orthodontics, we believe straight teeth lead to more than confidence. They lead to better health, higher quality of life, and a stronger you. From Invisalign to braces, our care is built around improving your life, not just your smile. Because when you feel good, you live better. Start your journey today at MinotBraces.com.
My family is what matters. Always has been. The family you choose. And the family you create. That's why I do it. Why I put on the uniform and serve. I do it to give them a future. Because no matter what I do, I always put my family first. So I can plan for their tomorrow by taking care of today.
A financial future worthy of your service.
Being Bison alumni, both Hunter and I know what's important.
Giving back to our community,
Supporting others,
and always being someone you can depend on.
like First Western always says.
You can bank on us.
People you know, teammates you trust.
First Western, you can bank on us.
In life, there's good, better, and the best. The same theme applies for our car and light truck tires at Northwest Tire. We offer you good tires, better tires, and the best tires. Which choice is right for you? That depends on your tire performance needs and your budget. The choice is yours. Come in and talk to one of our tire experts, and we'll help you decide which tire is best for you.
Keeps you rolling down the run.
Welcome back into the Mason City Arena, appropriately located in Mason City, Iowa. Let's take a look at the Toro team leaders coming into play. Of course, Michael Solominski on the lineup tonight after getting hurt on the first shift of last night's game. And as Toro fans already aware, Artem Prima still having difficulty getting back to the United States after going home for Christmas break. So the Toros have played every game this month without their leading scorer, Ty James, Luca Ori, and Phil Wickland, trying to chase him down and trying to chase down the North Iowa Bulls, who lead this one 2-1 as we start period 3. Puck is down and we are underway. Toros back to working left to right on your computer screen or smart device. However you are tuned into the Minotauros Network, we are glad to have you aboard here, whether you're on NAHLTV.com, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Mixler. If you have someone distracted by the Chick-fil-A cow, how does a little town like Mason City get a Chick-fil-A and Minot doesn't? This is far side, it's behind the net. Robioff plays out to neutral. It caroms and swept in by Reen. We are way behind on social media check-ins as well. Thank you all for tuning in. Try to get to more as the game allows. Not a ton of whistles as there's a shot and a save, and Cook gobbles that one up. That'll give us a chance to get some more of these. The Coreys are watching at the Mesa while tuned into MSU hockey. Kristen is impressed by all the guys who speak English as a second language. We have been pretty lucky. Most of the imports we've had over the years do speak English. Wally and the Mocs are at the All Seasons. The Hyatts are at the MSU game. The Ty James fan club is here at the Bulls Stadium. Dave Van Lith tuned in from home as there's a shot stopped, and the Toros, Nemenko, look to start up ice. This is Ramirez, who can't gain the line. Far side, Ty James with a good read takes that away. He's leaned into, though, and the puck taken away. Hodis on the near side, working on Nemenko. Hodis forced him behind, spins it to the front of the net. He wanted Bersic, it didn't connect. Bersic takes Ty James to the wall and punches him in the face. James wins the battle anyways, but Wickland can't get it out. It comes back to James. James turns back the way he came, gets chopped at by Bursick, leaves the puck for Spadaro. Spadaro off the middle of the ice feeds Ramirez. Ramirez tries to chip it into the zone. It's knocked down. Spadaro finds it, fires just wide, and then got hit for the effort behind the net. Ramirez couldn't take it away. Ori does pick it off. Far side, Ori chopped down, puck thrown out. This will go for an icing, and the whistle goes, but all 5 North Iowa Bulls got off the ice, and one of them is laying on the floor in the tunnel to try and avoid being seen, and I think he got away with it. Right now there's 5 Bulls on the ice. In fact, yeah, someone just turned around and talked to him and said, "You're good, get up." Draw to the right of Durkin, poked to the corner. Jammed to the point. Warren kept it, but his pass across for Pikic is broken up. Tomsek plays to the far side, fed up ice for Coughlin. He couldn't hold on. Ori, boot to Blade, but has it poked free after he does. Warren there in support finds it and dumps it down low. Throw him to the near side. And then right back out to neutral. Mullins, pass up ice for Warren, too hot to handle, but Ori's there. Ori tried to hand to Connaught, and that didn't connect. Now the Bulls trying to poke their way out to neutral. Can't. Mullins steps up, finds this. Feeds in for Ori. Ori's shot partially blocked, and it skitters wide. Morelli takes this away, trying to get to the front of the net. Toros have just 11 shots on goal in this game. Russ, with the stick handle at the line, puts his mate Higley offside. We'll grab a few more check-ins. The Smet Ellis crew watching from Metagoshi. Gersbach's checking in from home in Minot. John Buston, senior from Ridley Park, Pennsylvania. Billet Ray's at home watching on NATV. The Tostos are in Chicago. The Vereen's watching from the UND game. Amy Flax from the MSU game. The Russells are aboard. Braden Tews checked in from Dickinson, and Gerald Morgan from down in Arizona, where I'm positive is much warmer than it is here. Into the zone, Yek mishandles and gets stepped into by Ty James, but it's back to the point in Dietz. Dietz, long shot, tip goes wide. Yek takes Ty James to the wall. James continues to kick the puck up the boards. Can he get the clear? He and Yek continue to joust. Eventually it squirts to the circle. Shot blocked by Dawson to the corner. Puck rung to the point, kept there. Long shot sails wide to the near side. Nichols drops it back for Ty James. James turns back the other way and feeds Dawson. Dawson, long toss picked off by Yek. It was intended for Nichols. Osborne right back on the attack. He'll just throw it deep as his mates are changing. Dawson turns that over to Suzuki. Fed in front. Shot from a tight angle goes off the mask. Dawson jams it up the boards. Toros just flick this out to neutral. Can Nichols settle it down? He can't. Toros need fresh troops. They get him. Pass up for Malentino. Stepped into by Pikic. Down low, it's Cook. Cook hands to Schwartz. Schwartz to the near side for Obioff. Kept in by Davis, but he gives it to Pikic, who's turning away from pressure. Pikic hits the brakes behind the net. Foils. Ahead, mishandled. And the Toros will have to restart. Foils in the middle of the ice. Flicks it deep into the zone. Gets it himself and then plays to Vorobiev. Vorobiev. Taken away and Suzuki hides behind his net. 15:05 left to play in regulation. Nemenko with a huge hit. Dumps that in, and now a player just took a run at Nemenko to the point that he broke his stick in half. How is that not a cross-check? The guy just broke his stick in half on Nemenko, and we play on. Rees, hands off far side. Hodis. Shot fought off by Cook, and the rebound's up and out of play. Meanwhile, a player from the Bulls out to get the broken pieces of the stick. I mean, that's a pretty clear cross-check when you bust your stick in half on a guy. 14:34 left to play in the third. Toros still trail by 1. Puck to the corner. Ty James gets tripped. Still gets possession. He feeds Ori. Ori's pass deflected. The Bulls take over. Near side, James flicks it ahead for Ori. Ori beats Rees off the wall, then cuts into the zone. Ori shot save made, rebound to the near side. This is Pikic, banks ahead. Knott up on the pressure. Russ there to help. Good hit by Nemenko. Puck taken away by Knott. Knott feeds Nemenko in front. He's tied up, and that will draw a call. Toros will go to the First Western Bank and Trust power play. 13:47 left to go here in period number 3. Let's go to Presley Davis for another update. Press.
And whenever I was unable to speak with Brian Cook during the game, but I am going to speak to him before All Access on Monday. So fans, if you are wanting to know what the linesman told him after the period, be sure you tune into All Access because we are going to reveal it there. Back to you, Ken.
Thank you, Presley. Yeah, goalies are off limits for media in game as there's a shot by Nemenko gobbled up by Durkin, who's only seen 13 attempts tonight. $13:39 to play in regulation. 1:52 left on the First Western Bank and Trust power play. Sidorov on the draw for the Toros. Draw to the left of Durkin this time. Toros control. It's Ty James. Cross for Vorobiev. Vorobiev back up for James. Back to Vorobiev, who missed it, but Wicklund was there. Wicklund rings it to the near side. Nemenko. Nemenko hit hard. Sidorov wins a battle. Feeds it up top for Ty James. Ty's shot fought off with the shaft of the stick above the blocker by Durkin. Toros control to the near side. It was off the mark for Nemenko. He falls down. Pokes it behind the net. Dietz will ring it to the near side. Can Ty James keep it? He's pinned along the near side wall. They dig. It stays in the zone only for a moment before the Bulls find it and jam it down the ice. 13 minutes in regulation. 1:10 on the First Western Bank and Trust power play. Vorobiev dumps this in. Rings to the far side. Luca Ori couldn't hold on, and it's sent down the ice. Short-handed rush. Hodis gets there first. Hodis walks in. Wires. That's fought off by Cook. Rebound to the near side. Picked up by Vorobiev. He feeds Ori. Ori into the zone. Has no help. So it's taken away by the Bulls and sent down the ice. Mullen gloves to the stick and plays up ice. Foils rings it to an open side, but there's no one there for the Toros either. Lucky break. Toros keep it. Foils up top for Dawson, who mishandles and then throws it to the middle of the ice. Dumped in by Reen. Durkin stops it. The Bulls throw that ahead. Mullen gloves it down, drops it back for Dawson. Just 10 seconds left on the First Western Bank and Trust power play as Foils sends that into the zone. Reen jams it back behind the net. There's no one there for the Toros. Ori finds it. Back to Mullen. Shot from a tough angle. Doesn't go. A rebound to the far side, turning into an odd man rush. Koroluk feeds it across. The pass was off the mark. Mullen did well to get back and take care of Malentino. Up ice into the zone. Morelli can't find it. It's back to the front of the Toro bench. Ori gets away with one, and the Toros throw that out to neutral. Schwarz just jams that ahead. Koroluk Punched it in the Toro zone, but Warren looking up ice. Morelli has Habla going to the net. Instead, Morelli tries to drag, but it's poked off his stick by Reese. Habla can't find that on the far wall, and it's thrown out to neutral. Warren dumps it in. But it's right on the tape of a Bull, who sends it up ice. One-on-one, Schwarz stands up to Yek. Habla hit hard by a pair of Bulls, but Nichols digs the puck out. He rolls it to the offensive zone. Durkin out of his net, throws to the near side. Morelli, gloves down to the stick, gets help from Nichols. Only to have it taken away by Howard. Bulls working from behind the net. Good step up by Ty James. He frees that up. Morelli cuts the middle. Shot missed high. Sidorov rings it to the near point, but there's no one in there. Ty James had pinched down and was behind the net on that last offensive play. So Spadaro behind the Toro cage. Pass ahead, misses Connaught and Ori. Can they save icing? They cannot. So, on icing, it'll come all the way down to the Toro zone. Icing is brought to you by our friends at Minot's Finest Collision Center. Draw to the right of Cookie. Long shot by Hodis, gloved and held. Media timeout. We'll keep it in. Presley Davis has an update for this day in Toro's history, I believe.
Ken, so 11 years ago today, the Toros completed a sweep against Aberdeen in a 3-1 win. I know that is music to your ears.
Yes, it is.
And then Blake Lizotte and Christian Mose each had 2 assists that night. And then back in 2020, the Toros beat the Austin Bruins 7-1 with Dan Russell getting 2 goals. And then 1 year ago today, the Toros beat Aberdeen 3-1 with Jacko Hannison getting 1 goal and 1 assist. Back to you, Ken.
Yeah, a perfect 3-0 record coming into play on January 17th. With a couple of 3-1 wins over Aberdeen and that 7-1 win over Austin. Danny Russell, 2 goals. He had 2 goals from Michigan State last night. Of course, Blake Lizotte, big news from him this week. The 3-year extension with the Pittsburgh Penguins. So, a lot of good things for those Toro alum, and the Toros trying to come back in this one to keep that perfect record on January 17th intact. Toros in their own zone. Shot from a point blocked. It'll be Spadaro on the far side. Bulls take it away. Poked free by Ty James. Sidorov overskates it. Goes back and gets it. Looks to exit the zone on the far side. He comes back across to the near and Ori. Ori flips that to no one in particular. Connaught couldn't hunt it down. Ori gets it back. Shot save made. Sidorov hammers the rebound over the crossbar. He had a lot of net to shoot at and just missed it. Jammed to neutral. Mullen hands to Connaught. Connaught dumps it for Foils. Swung to the near side. Mullen throws it on net. It's in! Mullen! His first of the season, his first as a Toro, and the game is tied. A awkward play, and Durkin is hurt. Durkin is hurt. I think he pulled something, and that's why he didn't get down on that. But the Bulls now have to go to an e-bug because, as we talked about in the pregame show, Sachs was in the hospital last night. Puck thrown up the near side, and let's see Durkin's reaction to this as Mullen throws it on net, and I don't know what, it just seemed to catch him off guard, but he is in distress down on the ice. They've got, I'm going to have to find my line chart. I don't even remember the name of their e-bug. But they are going to have to go to their backup goalie. It is Brock Devlin, who's been playing in the 3HL with the Bell River, Ontario native. He's been in the 3HL here in Mason City for the Toros. Toros, the Mason City Toros. But yeah, Durkin being helped off the ice. So, he definitely hurt something. He is limping down the tunnel now. Brock Devlin has not played with the North Iowa Bulls all season. As this is dumped in, they'll say no icing, so Cook out of his net to play. 8:50 left in what is now a tie game. This is Foyles trying to get that puck to the front. Jam play at the side of the net. It doesn't go, and then we've got Coughlin tied up with Reen. Trying to get more on Brock Devlin. See if I can't get his 3HL numbers for you. He is only played 2 games for Mason City. A 5.636 goals against average and a 901 save percentage. Warren dumps this down low, so not great numbers for the Mason City Toros either. So this is ahead. Davis got hit by Nemenko, and it's going to draw a call. Meanwhile, shot blockered over the net by Cook, and as Dawson touches, the whistle goes. But the Toros go to the Papa John's PK. Draw to the right of Cook as the Toros go to the kill once again tonight. Nemenko to the box for the knee. Draw one by the Bulls. Dietz plays down the wall. Ty James finds it and fires it down the ice. This was, I thought, clipped with a high stick, but apparently not. Korluk pressured by Ramirez on the near side. Ramirez ties him up. Bulls help him out. Dietz to the far side. Suzuki touches back to the point. Near point, Korluk steps into one. Blocker save by Cookie. Smenkov plays it down low. Holland turns it over. Good keep by Fuji Suzuki. That looked like it was going to leave the zone. Korluk, meanwhile, carrying down the wall. Korluk to the near corner. Finds Suzuki on the far side. Hash mark to the middle of the ice. He plays up top for Dietz. Dietz dogged by Ramirez. Left to the near side. They play across. Suzuki walks in. Wires. That one missed high and wide. Korluk kept the rebound in the zone. Goes back across for Suzuki. It doesn't get out. Down low. Malentino hands off at the hash marks to Suzuki. Back to Malentino. Malentino behind the net. Comes to the near side, Korluk. 40 seconds left on the kill. Koroluk to the middle, one-timer, fought off by Cook. Huge save by Cook. Still 33 seconds left to kill as it's up top. Dietz touches for Suzuki. Suzuki mishandles. Ty James steps into him. Bulls clean it up. Dietz near side. Koroluk. Koroluk tip play doesn't go in front for Malentino. Suzuki across for Koroluk. Shot tip goes wide. Rebound behind the net. Good job by Ramirez, and now the whistle goes. Cook's net got pushed forward. And they'll let the Toros change, so they say it wasn't intentional. .6:29 to play in regulation. 12 seconds left on the Papa John's PK. Brock Devlin, before joining Mason City after Christmas break, played for the Essex 73s in the PJCHL in Canada. He had a .912 save percentage and a .216 goals against average. I'll be honest, I don't even know what the PJCHL is, and I've worked in junior hockey for 20 years. This comes across Hodis to the middle. It's broken up. Rebound, hacked at, stopped by Cook. Ori can't get the clear. 2 seconds left on the kill. Ori finds it, but he can't get out of the zone. Foils pressures. Ori takes it away. And another call against the Toros. And the Toros go right back to the kill with 6:13 remaining. And this time it's Foils who goes. As we get another look, thanks to Mackenzie Health. Ori tried to poke it out, then Foils does, and I don't know how that made Hodis fall down, but Bulls control after what was a very strong power play. This is Davis. Drops down to the goal line. Fed to the middle. Sidorov poked it, and it gets out. Dumped back in. Toros are going to play keep away, and now they send it down the ice. Since the Toros have tied the game, they've pretty much been shorthanded the whole time. Haven't had a chance to test this new goaltenders. That gets out, and here's a chance. Ori on the breakaway, shorthanded. Ori being chased by Howard. Ori in, backhand try. Fought off, and then Ori crashed into the crossbar, taking the net off, which will put the draw back in neutral, but that's okay because the Bulls were headed the other way. Ori didn't have much chance to move as he was being hassled by Howard. So the draw will come out to neutral. 5.5 left to play in regulation. 1:17 left on the power play. Again, talked about it during intermission. You've tied the game. You really would like to get the win in regulation. But first, you've got to finish this kill. Puck thrown ahead. It was tipped in, so no icing. And Cook will just get over the top, hungry hippo style. Let's hear from Presley Davis. Press.
Thanks, Ken. You know, Evan Foils is sitting in the box, and he's probably having major FOMO right now. All of his friends are on the ice. He has quite the tie to the Bull players. I spoke with him earlier this week about seeing those familiar faces when he's here in Mason City. And when Foils was at St. Thomas, he played with Brody Dietz and Nico Russ. And he knows Jack Holland from when they were at a national camp in Buffalo. So he said it's always fun to face the guys you played with before. Gives you more of that competitive edge. So I'm sure he's ready to get out of the box and go back to the ice.
Toros win the draw and get the clear. And, of course, if the Toros don't take care of things in regulation, overtime since he's joined has been Foils' time. He's got 2 OT game winners, accounting for, I believe, both of his Toros goals. Bulls gain the line cleanly, it would seem. Koroluk has trouble down low. It was a good job, I think, by Kuzmenkov to get back on side. Now it's across for Dietz. Dietz hands to Koroluk. Looks far side. Shot blocked by Dawson. It was Kuzmenkov set up on that backside. Koroluk holding, 33 seconds left on the Papa John's PK. Suzuki walks in, wires wide. Koroluk finds the rebound. Koroluk holding. Touches up top for Dietz. Dietz, long shot blocked out front. Rebound kept at the blue line by Dietz. Dietz carries down low. Comes across for Koroluk. Shot blocked by Mullen. Banked ahead, but not out as Dietz keeps it at the blue line. These Toros killers are exhausted. Across, Suzuki looking backside. He wanted a tip. Didn't get one. Toros come back to full strength. Koroluk holding. Poked at. Into the middle for Dietz. Shot blocker save. Thrown in front. No one there but Habla, who will carry this up ice so the rest of the Toros can get off. Meanwhile, Habla challenging. Ramirez stayed on to help him. Backhand try. Rebound poked at the side of the net. Ramirez thinks it went at first, but nope, it is underneath the goaltender. 3:50 left to go in the third. Offensive zone draw for the Toros. Hard task for this new goalie, Brock Devlin, coming into the third period cold for an injured Charlie Durkin. Hasn't really been tested. Luca Ori sort of had a breakaway, but with Howard on his back, didn't have the ability to really make a move. Bulls win this draw, throw it out to neutral. Habla ahead, Morelli's into the zone. Mack throws it behind the net. Toros try to touch it to the front. It was blocked off. Near side, out to neutral, Pikic. Pikic to Nichols. He mishandles. Drops back. Pikic will try the far side, and Warren dumps it cross corner. Habla after it. He lost that battle. Roll down the ice. Arm is up. This will go for an icing. Icing's brought to you by our friends at Minot's Finest Collision Center. Foils, Vorobioff, Reen, James, and Spadaro. Foils will take the draw. 3:16 left in a tie game here in period 3. Puck to the near side, off the draw, touch back the point, and James. Ty throws it along the wall to the far side. Reen can't quite get there. Puck kept at the point by Foils and then by Vorobioff. Toros dump it deep. They need to chase after it, though. Vorobioff, the one who sent it to the corner, eventually gets there, takes a bull down. Now they'll scrum 2x2 along the near side boards. 2:51 left to go here in period 3. Vorobioff there. Near side. Ty James keeps it at the point. Tries a long shot. Save made. Rebound loose in front. Toros can't find it. Foils can't gather it in either. And Russ dumps it. And then Vorobioff hits him. And Russ puts him in a headlock and takes him down. Long pass up ice. That went off the Bulls' Howard, so no icing. Banked out to neutral. Bersic finds Hodis. Hodis to the middle of the ice. Good stick lift by Reen coming back. Dumped back in. Cook can't stop that. It gets around to the near side. Hodis has it poked free. Can the Toros gather and go? It's Nemenko, but he couldn't quite get it on his tape. Wicklund dumps it in. Stopped behind the net by Devlin. Thrown to the near side. Bulls start up ice. Far side, Hodis into the zone. Shot goes wide. Rebound to the near side. Wicklund touches for Ramirez. Dane works wide into the zone. Shot blocked in behind the net. Rebound around to the near side and thrown up to neutral. Ty James feeds Nemenko. Nemenko can't squeeze through. Wicklund dumps it. Minute 15 left in regulation. Banked ahead. Ty James cuts this off. James into the zone. Ty, shot, save made. Rebound. Sidorov took a late poke. And now the Bulls are after him. And now the Bulls lobbying. It's Dietz trying to convince the official to give them yet another power play here in the third. Minute 6 left in regulation. Shots 28-21 in favor of North Iowa. This game is tied to a side. Glass and out. It just gets by Mullen, who scored the goal to tie this game. Connaught dumps it in. Final minute of play in regulation, brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Equipment. Toros pressure on the near side. Korluk carries ahead for Malentino. Malentino chips it. Suzuki and Malentino after it behind the net. Malentino tied up by Dawson. Suzuki digs it out. Suzuki tried to bank it off the goaltender. It didn't work. Korluk finds it. 38 seconds. Poked free. Connaught diving poke. Jams it up ice. Ori tries to dangle through Dietz. It doesn't work. Thrown ahead. Picked off by Habla. Habla drops it back. Mullen, long toss ahead. Connaught just swats it into the zone. Habla up on the pressure. Takes it away from Micken. Trying to jam it to the front of the net. Habla pulled down cleanly. Turn around, try for Nichols. Doesn't go. Puck to the near side. Ty James thought about pinching, but wisely backed off. Morelli pokes at it, jams it into the zone. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and we're headed to overtime. We are headed to overtime. Let's take a look at the goals that got us here. In the first, it was Ivan Sidorov off of a face-off loss, but good work by Nemenko to free it up, and Sidorov able to wrap it for his 9th of the season. Then Parker Osborne tied the game up off of a turnover for the Bulls, and then Malentino gave the Bulls a lead just a minute later as he was left alone in front. But a goal that I thought was Riley Mullen, but has now been credited to Briggs Connaught, who dumped that puck in. You see Mullen pinch down the wall. I don't see anyone tipping that in front of the net, so I think that's scorekeeper error, and it should be Mullen's goal to make it 2-2, and that's the score that would carry into overtime. The other big news on that one, Briggs not, on the Riley Mullen goal, I should say, Charlie Durkin was injured and limped to the locker room. So it is emergency goaltender Brock Devlin, who has stopped all 5 shots he's seen, who will be in the net to our left for this overtime period. Toros will start with Nemenko, Vorobioff, and Ty James. The Bulls win the draw. The numbers in the NA3 are not very good for Devlin. Toros can take advantage. Ty James tied up with a Bull. It was Bursick. His good work was able to free that puck up, and now the Toros have possession. Touched ahead, Nemenko into the zone. Nemenko shot, save made, no rebound given, and then Hodis goes right to Ty James, who was parked in front. 4:26 left to go here in overtime. We're obviously still tied. Sidorov on the draw. Mullen behind him, Ori, the third member of the unit. Suzuki on the draw for the Bulls. Dietz on the near side, poked at by Mullen. It rolls ahead. Ori gets there, leaves for Mullen. Toros controlled. Mullen drops it back for Ori. Ori carries up ice, cuts to the middle. Ori gives to Mullen. Mullen will just drop it back to Sidorov. Sidorov will hold behind the Toro net. Ty James comes through. Second time they will start up ice. This is Ty James. Last game in his home state as a junior player. Touching back to Foyles. Foyles throws it down the wall. And gives it to the Bulls, who are in need of fresh troops. Good news for the Toros as Suzuki's off the ice. Habla, Ramirez, and Mullen. Looks like it's just going to be Ty James and Mullen taking turns on defense in this overtime. Good defense there by Ramirez, denying the wraparound try. Now it's thrown in front, and over the top is Cookie. 2:57 left to go here in the extra session. Draw will be to the right of Cookie. Meanwhile, it's 4-0 Austin in the second in Bismarck in a game that I'm told had 75 penalty minutes in the first period. It's now up to 86 penalty minutes in that contest. Bulls control the draw, throw it to the corner. Malentino tied up by Dawson. Nemenko looks to get going. He's got Vorobiev with him. Nemenko carries up ice. Poked away from him. Vorobiov's there, though. Vorobiev beats his man, walks in, wires. It's gobbled up by Devlin. Aberdeen's up 3-1 on Minnesota through 2, and end of the second in Watertown. St. Cloud's still up on the Shamrocks 3-2. 2:38 left in overtime here. Sidorov, Ori, Ty James for the offensive zone draw. Long drive home. This is ahead for Bursick. You want to take at least 2 points on the bus with you, but Bursick in off the post. Ori finds it. He beat Cook, but not the iron, and now the Toros go the other way. Ty James trying to turn the corner on Davis. He's driven into the goalie, and the whistle goes. I don't think there was any intent there on Ty James' part, but I genuinely don't know what North Iowa would do if their goaltender was hurt at this point. As we get another look, Ty James just had nowhere to go with the defender on him. Shots 29-23 in favor of the Bulls. 2-1 Toros in overtime, though. Offensive zone draw, Nemenko, Vorobiev with Mullen behind them. Suzuki on the draw for the Bulls, wins it sideways to Dietz. His pass was partially tipped, but it's still connected with Korluk. Mullen got back on him nicely. And the Toros take the puck away. Vorobiev starts up ice, crisscrosses with Nemenko. Vorobiev into the zone, cuts to the middle, shot goes wide, rebound. Shot was blocked to the near side. Nemenko tied up by Dietz. And now Korluk goes the other way. That's an offside play, and the whistle goes. Easily could have been a penalty in the defensive zone for the Bulls. But they settle for the 3-on-2 that they end up going offside on. Palindrome on the clock, 1:41 left to go in the extra session. Hodis, Malentino, and Howard on the ice for the Bulls. Ramirez, Canot, and Dawson for the Toros. Ramirez wins the draw. Back to Owen Dawson. Dawson drops for Ramirez, but it was off the mark, so he had to circle back and gather. Now Ramirez tries to speed ahead. Somehow got that through the defender. Pushes play. He's trying to drive the net, and he's thrown down. Cody Campbell staring down the referee. Apparently the laugh they shared earlier, not enough to make them friends. Malentino gets by Canot, plays the middle, shot, blocked, rebound, Karams right on net, and it's covered by Cook as that bouncing puck hit Owen Dawson and started rolling towards the goal. Cookie got over the top. 66 ticks to talk here in the extra session. Draw will be to the left of Cookie. Sidorov, Ty James digging on the draw. James comes out with it. They've got Ori as the third man on the ice. Final minute of play here in overtime. Ori throws it to the corner. He and Sidorov miscommunicate. Sidorov hunts it down anyway. Sidorov for Ori. Ori as the Bulls' net is off. There was no play near the net, so I wonder if that was off from earlier and just no one put it back. This is Sidorov and Suzuki now on the draw. Bulls win the draw. Davis behind his own net. Davis ahead, 39 seconds. Davis working on Ty James, forced behind the net. Ty James ties him up. Sidorov finds it. He had Ori breaking but didn't know it. They work down low. Ty James against a pair of Bulls. Davis takes it away. They've got Bersic going to the front. Blocker save. Rebound poked ahead. It rolls on net. And another save by Cook. My goodness, Cookie. This is Bersic's shot. Kicked free, and Ori finds it. Ori will hold. Just 5 seconds left. Ori up for Ty James. His shot blocked to the corner. And we will head to a shootout, thanks in large part to a flurry of saves by Cook at the end of overtime. Here's another look at that sequence. Brian Cook goes monster mode. And keeps the Toros in this. Final shots, 33-23. Draw, or not draw, it'll be a shootout. Apparently in a minute 25. So we'll take a chance here, see if we can't take care of some of the post-game business since we've got a very long drive ahead of us. The McDonald's Toros trivia question was, who is the Toros' all-time leader with 21 career points against North Iowa? John Small, Jack O'Hannison, Joel Lettinen, or Trevor Stahoyak. Correct answer was Jack O'Hannison. Let's see. We have a winner there. Mark Corey. Mark Corey wins the free lunch from our friends at Dakota Drive McDonald's. Toros first period goals for the forebear over-unders. That was over. 0.5 Toros power play opportunities. That unfortunately... No, that did go over. There were 4. And total penalty minutes, 18.5. That goes under. 18 was the number. See if we have a winner there for the forebear stay and play package. Franklin Booker. Franklin Booker, you get the win on that one. So you can pick that up at the Toros' next home game on Friday as the Bismarck Bobcats come to town. But now it is time for the shootout. Toros will shoot first. It is Lucas Reen who will shoot first against Brock Devlin. Reen far to his right, keeps it on his forehand, looking for a lane. Tries to stuff it, and Reen gets back over with the leg. First shooter for North Iowa. My goodness, this is the slowest moving overtime and shootout ever. Is Kuzmenkov. Kuzmenkov slaps the stick on the ice, then starts far to his right. Now he walks in on his forehand delay. Shot, it's in. Next shooter for the Toros is Sidorov. Sidorov picks up, comes to the... And they say he didn't wait for the referee's whistle, so we'll restart. Now Sidorov starts in, veers to his left, delays, walks in, and it's stopped by Devlin. A chance to win it here for the Bulls as the Toros are 0 for 2 against the NA3HL E-Bug for North Iowa. Dennis Hodis slowly to his right. Now he'll carry in, comes all the way across, delays, shot save made by Cookie. So it is Vorobiev, Arseny Vorobiev, to keep the Toros alive. Needs to score or it's over. Vorobiev with speed in. Delay shot, it's in. Vorobiev answers back. For the Bulls, it'll be Parker Osborne. Osborne to the near side. Carries in, delays, and can't pull the trigger. Mishandled the puck into the corner. So now, with a chance to give the Toros the lead in the top of the fourth round, Iowa native Ty James. James starts in to the near side. Delays. Shot, it's in. Ty James wires it by Brock Devlin. And now a chance for the Toros to win. And it is not Fuji Suzuki over the boards. It is Michael Malentino. Malentino, far side. Now he slows down, delays, and he can't beat Cookie. Toros win. Ty James gets the game winner in the shootout. Toros mob Cookie. And the Toros salvage 2 points. So, Toros get the shootout win. We're going to try and talk to Ty. But he is already off the ice. Oh no, there's Ty right at center ice. We're going to see, she's also got Cookie. Toros get the 2 points. Let's send it down to ice level and Presley Davis.
All right, I'm joined
She's gonna
here
have
with
Cookie and, no, just Cookie.
Just Cookie. So I'm joined with Cookie. Now, Cookie, how do you feel right now? That was a pretty intense game.
Yeah, it was a good game. I don't know, it was fun. It's always fun playing this building, and just a good win for the team.
And then your billet brother, Ivan, he's been on a roll recently. How do you feel about that?
He's a dog, man. He is just dominating the net front. I mean, he's just such a great player, and I mean, so happy for him.
You know, are your billets feeding you something, maybe? Like, y'all are both doing incredible so far this second half of the season. So is there anything in particular going on at the billet house? Maybe new meals or something?
Well, no, just the Bozers are awesome. Got a lot of shell competition between me, Ivan, and younger brother Cass, and yeah, it's the house.
And then I told the broadcast earlier they'd have to wait for all access, but could you tell us now what the linesman told you during the game, or after the period?
Yeah, so in the second period, the guy on the goal line had a shot, and he lifted it high and over the net. And I was curious why the faceoff was still inside. And so I talked to the ref, and he said that any shot that goes out of play, the puck's still in the zone. But
all right, well, congratulations, Cookie.
Thank you.
Back to you, Ken.
Thank you, Presley. Toros get the win. We're not going to run through all the goals again, but Kobe, I don't know if you have Ty James shootout winner. Let's take one last look at the Iowa boy getting the Toros the win in his last junior game in Iowa. And of course, Cookie made it stand up with a good stop, but here is that Ty James game-winning goal. Cut in and then went back the way he came, got the goalie moving the wrong way. And the Toros get the much-needed 2 points. Of course, North Iowa does salvage a point, so the Toros will be a point behind them. Waiting on the outcome from Watertown, but as of now, the Shamrocks are still trailing midway through the third. If that score holds, the Shamrocks will have 35 points, the Bulls will have 32, and the Toros will have 31. So it'll be a 4-point gap headed into play next weekend. But I think as we've got a long drive ahead of us, that'll do it for the Farmers Union postgame show. For Grace Sandy, Presley Davis, Kobe Brault, I am Ken Oda, hoping you enjoyed the broadcast. We know you enjoyed the outcome. We'll talk to you next Friday from the Pepsi Rink at Mason.